of his specialties is the Nolan. But again, it's either or.
I think it will go Farsa Teresa. All honesty here for...
We have options for the jungler.
Yeah, so I have 2 Valentinas and 2 Ediths here. It's a mirror.
Little mirror.
Yeah.
Little mirror action.
Just kidding. But yeah, why do I think that it's going to be the Farsa? Because eventually you will definitely need that. Oh, okay. That's different.
They still go the Ling though.
Yeah. So you flex the Ruby from EXP and Roam.
I guess they have a lot of confidence for Stormy, wanting to make sure that they see everything first before really committing with the Farsa. Now, I do have to say, Stormy has shown off-meta picks like the Kagura. Perhaps there's something else that Coach Arcadia is hiding.
I think part of that too is maybe they leave it to kind of get some of those bans out. These last 2 bans now, you have a choice. Do we ban out the Farsa so we're not giving the Farsa over? We have seen Aurora also pop up, you know, from just not only today, but even the deal with the Valentina. So there's still a lot left, and it could be just a play from SRG and Coach Arcadia to be like, you know what, let's get those bans out towards the mid lane from Fireflux.
If you're a Fireflux, despite you having the Baksha, I think it merits...
There's one.
Ban on the Terizla, but now they banned Vexana. Perhaps a Farsa ban afterwards, or maybe a Kagura ban afterwards. Now for SRG, what they can do is just to limit the marksman options, right? Because you've already revealed the backshot, so it means this will be a physical damage carry. Claude, for example, Beatrix, heroes that Fireflux will be picking up. I think that the limitations for Fireflux will be incredibly high. Like, do they go back to the carry at this point? But both Claude and carry will be banned. So this is the only spot where Fireflux's problems will arise. Instead, they ban Florin.
Yeah, I feel like in terms of how they feel, because we got to talk about the Turkish Delight. It's basically a different form of Ube, right? Where you will have some kind of healing. That's why I've been thinking in my head, maybe even something like a Minotaur might get banned out, and this Edith will just go to the EXP so that they have a lot of crowd control and they still have some form of healing.
Yeah.
Oh, they actually banned out the Cho last ban here from Fireflux. Interesting again, because the Ruby still kind of flex. So last ban, will it be the Minotaur? I think that could actually be a good ban from SRG.
Or a Tigreal.
Tigreal as well,
But I think you ban the Claude now, or carry for SRG, so that you really limit the choices for Fireflux. So there's a chance that Fireflux just picks up the carry.
Oh, they ban on the Grok.
Wow.
I don't know. Personally, for me, if I have the skills of Innocent, I'll tell the coach, I don't care who I face up against. I'm going to be able to do. I have my Roger. I'm good. You know?
Carry Claude for Fireflux, unless this will be different like a Nathan. But Nathan plus Edith and Baksha typically doesn't work. Although it was Team Liquid Echo that showed us that it doesn't matter if it's full magic damage, you can still win.
I feel like that takes a, you couldn't do that all the time and get the win off of it.
It's scary.
Usually you want that rounded amount of damage.
Yeah.
But Fireflux goes with the Kaja pickup.
Yeah. Okay, what is good? I think Aurora is good for SRG. Farsa is also good. And then maybe they snatch a Tigreal themselves. Apart from that, the Teresa still open, by the way. So, I mean, for SRG, it's either Barretts or Teresa, I would assume. Then get the Aurora or Farsa.
Yeah, it's really tricky when it comes to the mid. Because I'm really wondering in case they have a legit different kind of pick here for the mid lane. Because Stormy's even showed the Hellcrit mid. I don't think he's going to show up here, but, just for reference.
Yeah,
It's a best of 5, so
it is.
Maybe.
Oh, there's
Eve.
Eve.
It's Eve.
Becomes the Eve as well as the Terizla.
Hey, you were talking about the playstyle of Stormy. This fits it really well, the Eve.
He's the enabler for the team.
Oh man, you don't want to play the carry, so the carry Kaja is not that effective.
They go it anyway, Wolf.
They go it anyway because, again, this is a wombo combo of snatching and killing, or a cheeky meta. But anyways, SRG picking up Eve. Even though Wolf didn't like it, Fireflux picked up the carry. So with that being said, casters, you guys seen the draft. Now it's your turn.
You're absolutely right, analysts. This one, it's kind of tough to say. They've basically broken all of Wolf's rules, every single one of them, and yet their composition is basically just looking to fight in that kill box.
Speaking of the box, we've only really seen Eve make a showing in the group stage once, and that's not even as a pick, it was a ban.
It makes a lot of sense, right? A lot of ways to kind of get in and out of the fight from the side of SRG if you had to compare it to Fireflux. And I think at this point, right, I don't know how the carry is going to get like effective damage in if every single time you have to deal with the real world manipulation. But with that being said, we're going into the land of Dawn once more for the second best of 5 between SRG Selangor Red Giants on the blue side up against Fireflux Esports on the blue side. On the red side. Am I colorblind? No. Let's get into it. Both on purple.
Colors.
They're hard, man. They're real hard.
The Pride of Turkey rocking a lineup that I personally like, especially when you're able to just say, I'm going to be aggressive, I'm going to dive in. The Swiss Army Knife of Selangor Red Giants box could work out. Maybe if they're able to get it online and if they synchronize fast enough, which is weird to ask from a team that has been winning for the past 100+ days. But also, people have to consider they're a relatively new team. Like, compared to Fireflux Esports, who have been together for like 2 years now?
Yeah.
The synergy from the Turkish here.
Yeah, I think, you know, for the longest of times when we're looking at the overall philosophy of SRG, it's about, yeah, let's get the chemistry down and then let's start laying the foundation for something even bigger. But in these early stages of the game, I'm a little worried, right? Because they supercharged TNZ, making sure that they got Apex 47 to leash him on the opposite side of the map to reduce the time it takes to actually clear his entire jungle to keep up the pace with Sakai's.
Which is a total switch up in core priorities, because Fireflux Esports, it's clear, it's Rosa and it's Sunshine. For Selangor Red Giants, it's Innocent and Sakai's. TNZ running through 2. Sakai's pushed back by Apex, and they jockey for position here with the turtle spawning in just a wee bit.
Yeah, as you can see, right now, Ling barely does any damage to TNZ on this Boxia, right? At this point of time, I don't think the first turtle should be contested. If not, at most, it should be a drive-by. But game fact, Rosa leads all the players with the highest damage permitted at 4,419.
That's most HP heroes from early to mid. Rosa can burst them all down. Oh wait, check this out. Apex forcing Sakai's to respond. There's the retribution. Now Turtle should all be but secured for Fireflux.
Yeah, and I mean, Sakai's, he's just trying to get the flicker out of it. Ooh.
Here we go! The Eve just dashing on through, pulls the first blood from the NZ. Yooms gets punished though. I guess that's a trade for both. I mean, Pyrrhic victory here for Fireflux, but wait, Alien still standing. Crab gets hit with the onward. He does take down Alien, and he pays the price with his life.
So close, they might find another trade!
They're still going, sick guys. Jumps on through Stormy, can he survive? Gets the Terrify, oh no, he dodges it! Sick guys, is there enough damage? Then the jump! The Boxer Unite, he finds him. Can he get one more? Stormy's gonna live.
Oh my goodness, both of these teams refuse to lose out on this trade. Technically, SRG on that very first 1-for-1, they were trading upwards, right? Let's look at this replay one more time, because once the fight really does extend itself, and especially since it's like below 5 minutes, the death timers are super short. Let's not forget that TNZ, especially with that shield unity, is able to cover a lot of distance.
All this while, up top, Innocent and Sunshine are still at their weigh-in. They're still staring each other down, doing fight poses, and talking smack because they're not ready for the fight yet. I think this is the right way to deal with a Roger. I think all throughout wild card, group stage, and now in the knockouts, we've seen Rogers try to do things early because again, that's what early Skypiercer spells out, right? Like, you gotta fight early. But no, I think there is a tempo, there is a beat that you have to follow, and that's what Innocent here respects, and that's why Sunshine's farming up too. So guys, what's he doing? Did he steal the buff?
Yep, he tried to steal the buff knowing that TNZ is going to be showing up on the opposite side of the map, and I think at this point of time, right, Fireflux, they've got a lot of tempo onto SRG's side. At this point of time, I think we can also talk about, oh, wow, wait, hold on, that doesn't seem right, but he's already got 2.7. Early Thunderbelt coming in from Innocent?
Oh. All right, so he wants to get the hybrid. This is a fighter, Roger. Now wait, the crash on the Stormy. Tempest of Blade stolen away, knocking out the Eve. That is one man down. Selangor Red Giants missing a member. Fireflux Esports making a beeline straight for the turtle. Early puissance, can Yooms deny?
Oh, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to deny this, especially without the back. Oh!
Divine Judgment by Apex 47 finds one. Cram flickers away. Sunshine moving forward, flickering. Or rather, no, just dashing on forward. Yums goes down too. Double kill for Sunshine.
This is not good. This is not good because these kills are getting funneled into both Rosa and as well as Sunshine. The cores, right? And I think that SRG, if they have to adapt their plan right now, they've got to slow their roll. They're going to need a lot more items before they are relevant. And most importantly, right, they need this Rizla to be in the middle of this fight. Great play coming in for Apex 47. This is why tempo is so very important.
Oh, wow. It's giving turn, man. It's giving massive turn. They understand that we have to win the fight first before we can even consider getting the turtle, despite Fireflux being ahead at the time. Now they're 3K gold ahead.
I mean, if you compare Sunshine to Innocent, it's been a while since we've seen Innocent be down on gold. And I think it's great for Sunshine with this huge injection. This is going to help with Fireflux Esports' trajectory coming in towards that mid game. But at the same time, their priorities isn't even just taking this turtle. It's about how much they can fish out of SRG.
Yep, Sunshine won the way in. Another Divine Judgment welcomed by a penalty zone and the pull. Yums very low, Tempest of Blades up into the air. Yums taken out already. Rosa scored in by Stormy. Aliens in trouble. Penalty zone by Cram. Stopping the exit. And that's a win. Selangor Giants, 2 for 1.
They trade up on this one, but in the meantime, Sunshine getting some really great damage onto that structure because SRG want to make sure that Cram is going to be there first for the next upcoming turtle fight, right? So Innocent, he's going to be chilling down on the bot side map.
Oh, Apex just defending this the hard way. Oh, he's taking his time with his ballista. They're going to lose the turret. And will they lose his life? He's still up. Innocent gets a few bits on him. TNZ with the Baksha Unite. It's a 2v4 potentially. They're still going. Popping that Puissance. Here's Alien just up the corner. He jumps onto Yums. Forces one. There's the onward. Looking for the Earth Shatter. Primordial Wrath up defensively. Nice bait, Selangor Giants.
Really good stuff here. It's kind of interesting to see that Innocent is trying to minimize as many mistakes as possible, right? Like, he definitely had an angle to kill Apex 47 there, but decided not to do it, thinking that maybe the Divine Judgment is coming up. Let's not forget that Alien was missing off the map, so he could be rotating in. He's calculating all the possibilities. Oh!
Flicker Divine Judgment catches one. Yums gets the Immortality pop. Stormy swiping away, Yums. Oh, gonna get that. I'm offended and lives. They walk away from it. Rosa finds one. Train for Cram. 1 for 1 so far. Down goes Rosa. Double kill for Innocent. Kai's falls. Couple of pinwheels chasing down. Innocent with the shutdown. Triple kill for Cent.
Oh my goodness, what a nasty play there. Sometimes you just forget that, hey, Innocent still has Flicker, and honestly, if he missed that skill shot, it was basically over for him. So they started off dropping down the RWM after the engage, the initial pull, and that was the whole idea having this Eve. But just look at the way that they played this, right? Innocent targets down their low targets. Sakai's unfortunately dies, but at the same time, Innocent is very aware of the low members, the low cores from Fireflux Esports' team.
He went from target to target, man. Found Rosa, next. Target, next. Oh, man. This is a build that I would like to study more. I want to see more of this.
I made a video on it.
Fight continues. Rosa with a stolen. Oh, RW. Another one goes. Stormy falls. And just like that, they forced out a Tempest of Blades. Selangor Giants. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Turtle turned into a Lord. This is amazing. The Turkish are doing it. Can they blitz it? Oh, massive win. Divine Judgment one more time. Sakai's falls. Selangor Giants are fighting out of their breath.
I mean, they're adapting too much. They're responding to everything they see from the side of Fireflux Esports. And I think they need to just calm down and honestly slow down this game. As much as they want to accelerate it, let's have a look at the gold, right? Now, much more even. Wow, Sky Pierce on top of the endless battle purchases coming from Innocent. He is strong, and at the same time, the Trinity build from Sunshine is almost complete. Mid lane is where you see the biggest difference here, because one is Bloodwings, the other opting to go for the Ice Queen's Wand to play as utility. So Stormy, he's not the main carry here. He's just the emergency eject button.
Not just the mid lane duo. Because you'll see there's more than 1,000 between Apex 47 and Yums. That's why there were 2 Divine Judgments that happened in that fight. He was rocking fleeting time.
It's nasty, but now they're...
A flicker and the DJ one more time. The RWM coming in from Stormy. They're fighting inside SRG's kill box. That's why Apex 47 is going to fall. As well as Alien. They're punishing the Turkish. And down goes Cram. Sunshine gets 1. 2 for 1 so far. They do lose out on the top lane tier 2, and as well mid lane tier 1, and oh no, Sekais needs this. Grand Theft Purple, Flux Esports.
All right, it's tough to say that SRG traded up now, losing that purple buff. It means you lose a lot of influence across the map. The upcoming fights, I don't think they should take it just yet, but if they can crack open this, man, they are just trading back and forth. Look at this!
Oh, Rosa, forced to use a stolen Tempest of Blades. I'm offended. Coming in from Yumes, Tianzi crashing and leaning hard into this engage. M47 with the conceal. Which target is he looking for? All right, I'll take this one right here. Yumes gets the knock up. Sunshine served up a kill.
Yeah, I think that SRG right now, Yumes, he might be overheating a little. I think he's making too many calls and he needs to calm down. Because Flux Esports, because of this fleeting time, it's really making the difference because he's been able to assist so many kills already. 8 out of the 13.
Huge here
whoa.
for Apex. Oh, Sekais, where you going? Looking for the knockdown, looking for the stun. Oh, the Ignite knocks him off the wall. Sekais is on the ground and now underneath it.
This is rough. This is really rough for SRG. They're not going to be able to get to the late games on that time at this point. And I think that Flux Esports, they know it as well. That's why they're applying so much pressure. Keep trading with us. We're going to always trade back.
They're willing to fight it tooth and nail. And it's not like macro is thrown out the window. If anything, it always results to macro.
This is so different compared to when we saw Flux Esports play, you know, last year, right? The Turkish delight, as we like to call it. This is such a polar opposite, even.
Oh, well, that wasn't their full lineup. If I'll recall, and I'll remind people, Rosa was out busy doing, you know, real life things. Rosa was getting an education, and now. The Queen is back, and now they're going as far as they could, maybe even stopping SRG's streak. But I don't want to say it anything too soon, right? Check out the river control here from Flux, Tianzi, and Alien. This 4-1, technically 2-3 lineup from Flux Esports working out so well. Look at this, the sandwich play from down bottom. Apex 47 catches Yumes after the conceal. Does not pull the trigger.
I think it's not a good idea to pull the trigger onto Yumes now that has the immortality, right? It just means that the fight is going to be extra extended and you're going to be sitting under the bombardment of the RWM. We saw the damage dealt and start right now, Stormy is currently on top. If we're looking at the gold lead, it's only 3,000 despite all the blood and structures that have collapsed. It's surprising that this is only a 3K lead for Flux.
Yeah, what this says to me is Selangor Giants, they know that the game isn't over. We're just about entering late game, and Stormy, Sekais, Innocent, they can still build more items and they can find better engages.
What is this angle?
Oh, that's a scary angle. They forced the flicker away from Stormy.
Oh, luckily Sekais spotted them out just before the engage actually connected, relaying the information back to the SRG to tell them, hey, we got to start backing off here. We get flanked, it's basically over for us because Stormy, keep in mind that the RWM only goes towards one direction. It's not like he has a 360 coverage like Farsa.
Yeah, you can't relocate where you commit that box to, which so far has been on point. And now Tianzi jumping the walls. Checking these rivers, checking these bushes the hard way. I mean, they can afford to. I'm offended. Apex 47 in trouble. The RWM, the answer. Back Cram coming in with the penalty zone. Sekais finds Apex, cuts his wings, takes him down. Traded out for Cram, 1-for-1. Yumes gets his immortality pop, still alive, but just barely. In goes Alien to the backline. Sunshine's down. Yumes as well, 2-for-2 so far. Tianzi and Rosa chased down by Innocent. Alien playing footsies with Stormy. Oh, this is a bad look for Flux Esports. Alien might fall here. There's the knockup. Where's the damage? Down goes Alien. Oh, Innocent still alive, but just barely. The Rose Queen keeps on going. Stormy still alive. Sekais with the kill. Could this be a wipeout? Tianzi still standing, but not so long. Double kill for Sekais. All fall down.
An unofficial wipeout. No. So bold of them to actually continue to rush this down. But Sekais, he's already maxed out on EXP, right? He's got all the levels in the world. Uncontested. Can't really stop this situation at all as they're going to be able to find another pick.
All right, Apex 47. Had a dream, had a hope. Maybe with my passive, maybe with my Ring of Order, we can get it. But too little, too late. Massive objective scored over to SRG. Let's see that fight one more time.
Yeah, we saw all the flickers come out of Fireflux. As soon as all the flickers came out, the RWM, well, Stormy didn't have to do much after that, right? I think the engagement from Cram could have been just a little bit better. It was just a little bit more to the left. It would have hit so many more targets, but I think that Innocent, this Thunderbelt is really proving a lot of dividends. He's taken a lot of chip damage unintentionally, but it's not his choice, and yet he's still so close to outplaying even the Thorn Queen.
Yeah, he's allowed to just walk around. He's allowed to like take hits normally and keep his like and pounds for when it really matters.
It's ridiculous. Let's look at the items here to see what we're working with, because so far, I'm surprised that he's not taking as much damage as he could be taking. Sunshine also in a very similar position. He's pretty strong as well, but the Sky Piercer's honestly making these fights much cleaner for SRG now that they have it, and not to mention has stacked it as well.
Oh, I see the interaction now. Check it out. Thunderbelt goes through the Wind of Nature. And with that, it'll also go through via Sky Piercer. So regardless if Sunshine pops the Wind of Nature, he will still die.
You got it right on the head. Right on the head. And I think that Flux Esports need to recognize the way that they manage their fight really boils down to how many resources can we get out of them. And that's why you see they only fight once, especially at this stage of the game, when their battle spells are up.
Yeah, now the foot's on the other shoe as Selangor Giants are ahead now. Be it for the map, be it for the kills. And Flux Esports not going to let that stop them. Not going to let that be a detriment to their aggression. TNZ and Apex 47 going hunting. Pops to conceal. Finds the weird angle again, but wow, Selangor Giants adapting to the situation. You see this now?
Yeah.
They're not allowing for them to get sandwiched anymore.
Exactly. They're cut literally in half. It's a parallel between the two, vertically controlling opposite sides of the map. And now this tier 2 op on the top side, as soon as somebody shows themselves, and especially if it's a core, that's when you're expecting Fireflux to then take the space back.
Oh, and because of how SRG is controlling the correct side of the map, at least for this moment here, the sequence, they're able to seal away an orange.
I mean, look at this. They've got so many, like, technically rear view mirrors, making sure that all the little gaps that maybe Fireflux could look to find that flank are covered. So great coverage, great vision from SRG's side, great ideas from both of these teams.
They got eyes on the back of their heads. And to be honest, Flux Esports, it seems like they have a extra set of appendages as well, right? Because of how aggressive they are. It's like, where are those punches coming from? But that was the early game. That was the mid game. Now in the late game, now that SRG is a little more aware and their footwork is just more than fans. I'll say it's exquisite because, again, it's been a while since Fireflux was able to find the kill angle. This Lord is, I'll say, 60-70% favorite to SRG.
I don't know. It's really, really dangerous here because we have to consider the amount of CC, right? Like, Divine Judgment, Earth Shadow coming in from Alien,
Unite.
maybe the Fear from... Oh, yeah. I mean, but you're already on top of that Lord, so I don't think you can... I mean, there is a possibility. Let's not count it out, of course, with the Shield Unity. But then Yums has multiple 2 forms of CC. Penalty Zone as well. Ooh, wait.
The flicker from Cram.
Are they going to do anything about this, though? I see the conceal from Yums.
The response from Cram was just to lean forward. I guess SRG made the call, right? You baited it out, feign the response, and now they knock up Yums. Flux Esports looking for the re-engage. Tianzi coming in with the Unity. False engage from the back. I'm offended from Yums. Lord here at half health.
I think they want Alien to use his ult. They want him to use the Primal Wrath at some point of time. They're going to creep around the right side.
Lord here at the 10th of its health. Can they force something here? Rolls it from the backside. Cram with the penalty zone. Already, the Lord secured. Tempest of Blade stolen away. Down goes Innocent. This is looking bad. Yu's taken out. Cram gets the immortality pop. Look at Sakai's going straight for the proxy. 3 for none. Gideon 3 for none. I mean, they did score the Lord, but can Selangor Giants even capitalize?
I mean, they can't. And I think that Flux Esports, the fact that they took out 3 means that, honestly, they don't even have a response back, right? Let's look at the fight one more time, because unfortunately, they did not clear the lane push down on the bottom side of the map, right? And that's why Innocent got caught in the first place by Apex without Apex having to use his flicker. So that was already the very first mistake here we see from SRG, a blaring mistake, in a matter of fact.
Oh no, Sakai's in trouble. Tempest of Blade, can Apex 47 get it? He does have it in fight time, but there it is! Shut down! Stormy trying to save his teammate, but he can't do that. He can secure the purple for them, but SRG, oh, the flippity flop. The switch up one more time. Turkey on top.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Again, great chemistry, great decisions being made from both sides. Even though, yes, SRG did make the mistakes, we saw the instant response. Hey, let's minimize the damage that could potentially come towards us. We got the Lord at the end of the day. And even for Fireflux, they're like, okay, next time we can make these angles actually work for us. We just got to keep working them slowly.
They're more acute now. It used to always just be Apex and TNZ or Apex and Alien. But now even Rosa can come in now. Oh no, TNZ's in trouble. The early puissance, the penalty zone, the answer back, Crab's in trouble. Down he goes. TNZ might get his immortality pop. Nope, he's still alive. Clean pick-off for Fireflux.
Very nice pick-off indeed, and it's proving to be so valuable. Alien does so much damage in that primal, with the primordial form. It's ridiculous how much he's getting away with this right now. And I think that even for SRG like Cramp, there's so little that he can do about it. He wants to find these big engages, but Fireflux Esports are distancing themselves from each other to make sure that penalty zone doesn't get 100% efficiency.
Yep, and you're talking about efficiency, you're talking about effective damage. Stormy has dealt a lot of damage. I mean, #1 in the charts, but there were very few times that SRG was able to capitalize on that, to make the most of those damage, turn them into actual kills. And that happened in the, I'd say, late game. Now we're approaching the ultra late game. Now that Fireflux is in control once more, Sekai's gonna struggle to get his purple.
He tries, unable to close the distance enough to get a clean retry on it, but
He peeped.
He peeped. But with that being said, 25 more seconds until the next Lord spawns, and I think they need to have some kind of game plan here. Let's look at the items and maybe we'll get a better idea, because I'm seeing the GDS coming out from the side of Sekai's just to make sure even after his ult, he's able to create some form of distance.
Yep, and now we have barefoot gold laners. That means they're just throwing out the movement, because all that matters is as long as I'm in the fight, I get there, I need the extra oomph, I need the extra damage, and that's what Sunshine and Innocent have invested in.
But Innocent did decide to go for the DHS, which is really important here on top of the Malefic Roar, right? Because now TNZ and Alien can't just be, TNZ and Alien can't just walk up anymore, right?
Not easy.
They can't just hold their ground like Carl TZ in the previous game.
Yep, they're gonna feel it for sure. Sekais gets spotted here, forcing out an early Tempest of Blades, because again, anytime Apex has that green, anytime Apex has a Divine Judgment, it's trouble. Oh no, Alien flickering out, get caught by the I'm Offended. Immortality pop through. Sunshine gonna go down here, popping the Wind of Nature, gets the Immortality pop. Look at the back line. Innocent found out by TNZ. Sekais takes out Sunshine. Currently the trade 2 for 1. Can Fireflux Esports equalize here?
They're gonna try. Sakai's just gonna get out of there, but I think Humes should fall down. Wait, TNZ, wait, hold on.
Oh, he got cornered.
Oh!
Force use the Winter Crown. There's a juggle. Still alive, but not for long. And that might be it. Another Winter Crown trigger. And an Immortality. And the juggle. Rosa flickering on out. And Sekai spots the Queen after the stolen Tempest of Blades. As soon as they land, they get taken out. Apex 47 left. This could be it.
I mean, they're still street fighting. They're still brawling. It hasn't ended in an RWM to break immortality as they're cracking on the inhibitors.
Oh, the flicker by Apex 47 saving himself.
Alien
He's
at
gonna need
6.
every little bit of kit. Oh, the concealed play gets bursted down, and so will the base.
How was that an end angle? How is that even an end angle? Who can even foresee that far ahead?
Maybe synergy isn't what SRG has. Maybe they're just clairvoyant.
It's I can't. This game has been action-packed. Usually, when you see those later stages of the game, they start chilling out, right? They're waiting for super long death timers, big consequences, and they're like, discard that, fight.
They want sure engages. They want something that I'm sure it's gonna pay off. I know this is the right angle, but no, they were playing on the fly. They were just like, here, kill, no, kill, and then boom, trades until the 20th minute.
I mean, if this is just a taste of what is to come in the rest of the series, I cannot wait to see more. Let's throw it over to our analyst, break it down for us. That was one hell of a match.
Few things I want to talk about. First of all, that was close.
That was
Second of all, even though Fireflux lost, but I feel like Kaja is now starting to become a staple in this meta.
It's, I think the threat of it, especially when you're talking about assassins being locked in, is great. Pick-off potential, obviously, too. But really what stuck out for me as we look at the highlights here is just how well the timing was from SRG. A lot of the kind of overlapping, the overlaying they did in dealing with the Winter Crowns, the Immortalities, the Primal Wrath even, was just on point how they dealt with it.
Oh, this was one of the most important ones. As Innocent proves to us why the Thunderbolt first pick item was perfect. And by the way, there were so many outplays. And I have to give it to Fireflux, honestly. Even after losing this, because of how they drafted in this game, they have to play perfectly almost all the time. Which I would say, for the first 21 minutes of the game, they played perfectly with the composition they had. TNC was on point, Southern was on point, even Apex 47 is choosing the right decisions. It's just that in the end, SRG just naturally won with this lineup that they have the Eve, very strong against the carry. You have the Ling, which is also not a problem. Also a problem, I mean, for the carry. Then Innocent Roger just making it so difficult for Apex 47 to decide, because surely the Kaja is great versus Roger, great versus Ling, but if they're together, Ling and Roger, that's a difficult decision, the difficult spot to be in as a Kaja.
Stormy did 108,000 damage, but I feel like the reason Selangor Giant was able to win that one was just whoever was the one that said, we fight now, gotta give props to the guy, because one of the last team fights that we saw was when Sakai's found out that the Valentina and the Kaja was down bot.
Exactly.
And then for some reason that was like, you know what? The Valentina is here. Why don't you guys pick a fight? And then they did, and then eventually they won the fight.
And Apex 47, Alien was caught. That was the main front line for the team that was caught. And then you all already have the damage, can go in and out with Roger as well as the Link. That's how strong that duo is right now. And Stormy at the end, because of access to a lot of items already, he hurts a lot. And eventually, if you get the Winter Crown, I was kind of hoping that the Winter Crown and Real World Manipulation will be seen in this game, but apparently it wasn't needed.
Yeah, honestly, like, that was an amazing matchup, but nice. After seeing that, I do agree. There's a big possibility we could go all 5 games.
Oh, I think so, because I was actually, based on how, like Wolf said, this 21 minutes was going, I was thinking this game 1 was going to Flux Esports.
Same.
Going back to it, I think that was the thing for SRG. The synergy was there, and just the timings. I mean, even with the whole Skypiercer, like if you really look at how they kind of, Sakai's, he had a rough start, but once he got locked in and then he was able to pop the Skypiercer at the right moments because the way Innocent, it changed the dynamic, even with the build that we saw Innocent bring to the table.
Either way, I kind of feel like for now, the knockout stage, something that we do have to see is the Kaja, because again, Kaja is one of those picks that we haven't seen around for a very long time, just because no matter who you pull, it seems like you're going to pull the wrong person. But nowadays, picking up the roamer seems like a good call. The jungler is going to be an amazing call, especially if it's not going to be a tanky jungler, as well as the gold lane.
Yeah, there was
options now.
You have a lot of options. There was a time where he pulled in the Yums, and it was instrumental for them getting the neutral objective. There was one time that they gave up the Lord in lieu of killing Innocent, which also allowed them to get 3 kills afterwards. And definitely this Kaja pick is going to be more famous in the next few matches that we have. Obviously, you have to always think about the combo, right? And in this case, it's the carry. Makes a lot of sense, right? But I felt like it's difficult because the thing with carry is it's a combo. It's almost a skill-based hero if you think about it.
No, I agree.
So you have to pop the ultimate to get 1 kill. If you don't have the ultimate anymore, then you're not going to be able to kill the others.
Yeah, I agree. But for now, we got to look at our Sony MVP. It's going to my boy, Stormy. Stormy with the Eve pickup. Dealing the most amount of damage, 108,000 damage. Honestly, looking at this game, once the Eve got picked up, even in my head, it's like, how is he going to play this?
Played it with the Terizla, which, interestingly, they kind of de-synergized in the first few minutes. Not gonna lie, it looked really dicey at the first. Like, they're not connecting their shots. But once they found their groove, when eventually maybe the coffee kicked in for SRG, now they're all together, and it looks beautiful to combo the penalty zone into the Eve ultimate. And of course, Stormy also utilized the bare form of the crystals, right? Even without the ultimate, he's actually killing people.
Yeah, I think part of that is just utilizing the death box that we call real world manipulation.
I would call it the real world penalty.
Real world penalty zone?
Sure, let's
real
add
world
a
penalty box.
Penalty manipulation.
Manipulated by penalties.
real world pain here, guys. But either way, Stormy with the if pickup again, looking at itemization, it does look like more of a utility kind of build, having the Enchanted Talisman as well as the Ice Queen Wand. Now we got to talk about how great it is, even with a utility build, seems to be able to still dish out quite a lot of damage. So Stormy just increasing his hero pool for Fireflux to be careful of in the next game.
Yeah, that's why you pointed out too in the draft, Wolf, that you were surprised with the carry pick. Yeah, because like you said, it's kind of it comes down to skill base because also you're working against very short range. Yes. So once the Purify's down, that's why even just the base, you know, the base hits there, proccing the Ice Queen Wand was sometimes enough to go ahead and start that up.
Eve is naturally the counter to carry from before. Like even Farsa, they kind of make it difficult for carry to walk around. True. Especially with the Ice Queen Wand Eve, wherein you can purify the real world manipulation box with the stun, but the following skill 1 and skill 2 pokes, you will now survive from that.
With that being said, we've actually prepared a special video here where we're able to talk to Sakai. So let's see what he has to say.
Perasaan saya rasa tipu lah kalau tak happy. Of course happy.
Red Giants drag the Sky Kings out of their throne.
First of all, untuk audience Malaysia, community Malaysia, sebab kita tahu tournament international yang lepas, like M5, Malaysia tidak dapat slot ke playoff dua-dua tim Malaysia. So saya bersyukur sebab tournament international kali ini, tim Malaysia dapat ke babak selanjutnya. Kita tahu yang tim Oni adalah one of most strongest team in the world. So saya rasa diorang maybe ada problem dekat sini, like tak biasa ke dengan weather dekat sini, ataupun diorang kekurangan preparation, ataupun kita orang more prepare daripada diorang. So saya rasa macam tu, sebab tak nak cakap anything pun diorang still the best team lah. So for carry, actually he is my jungler idol. So even though I defeat him, but I still respect him. And actually I'm very proud because I can defeat him. Also, this is my first international tournament and I made good run. I like Onyx very much because we know the carry is like the most good jungler, or we can say assassin user. I also love to play assassin and I idol him so much, so that's why I love Onyx. Untuk fans First Malaysia, terima kasih kerana support kita orang dengan Homeboys. Kerana tanpa korang, kita orang tak dapat jejak ke sini or dapat ke babak selanjutnya. So teruskan support kita orang.
Nip lawan Siusun. Menurut gue mereka berdua udah improve banget sih. Dari draft pick, gameplay mereka. Cuman yang sekarang tuh kayak beda banget. Apalagi dari Singapura sih. Kayak improve banget. Terus juga dari hero-hero mereka lebih banyak. Hero pool lebih banyak. Terus mereka kayak kelihatan banget lah kayak improvementnya. Sama Siusun beda banget sih. Siusun yang pas gue lawan juga. Teamwork mereka dapet. Lebih kuat juga. Juga kayak bingung sih mau pilih siapa kalau mereka berdua lawan. Dua-duanya kuat banget lah. Turki Fireflux ya, lawan SRG. Gue tetap SRG sih jauh. Saya udah sering lawan mereka juga di Scrim. Baru udah lihat turnamen mereka. Baru lawan mereka juga lah. Terus SRG tuh kayak potensi buat juara turnamennya tinggi banget lah. Seiki, Stormy sama Yoms ya. Trio mid mereka lah. Kayak itu tiga-tiganya kuat banget. Individu mereka dapet. Connect juga kayak teamwork mereka bagus banget. Kalau buat Fireflux, perbedaan yang gue ketemu kemarin ya lebih berani sih mungkin mereka. Kayak lebih berani mainnya, lebih terbuka lah. Jadi kalau menurut gue Fireflux lawan SRG, masih SRG sih lumayan jauh. Yang terakhir buat semua yang dukung kita, maaf banget lah karena hasilnya tidak sesuai ekspektasi. Terus kita bakalan kembali lagi dengan sekuat tenaga lah. Kita bakalan alin lagi buat turnamen selanjutnya, buat next turnamen lah. Jadi tetap doa kita, terus support juga, semua kita bisa baik lagi, terus lebih kuat lagi banget lah. Nah.
Honestly, amazing video.
Yeah, loved it.
Amazing video, a lot to unpack. Like, Sakai's, even though like he's in this position, but he's still very humble, saying that, you know, it doesn't matter that I won against Onyx. I still respect Kyrie very much. He still says that Kyrie is one of the best players in the world. Still saying Onyx is one of the best teams in the world. And hearing from Keyboy as well, he's able to talk about the scrims and no problem for him. But when I talk about it, then it's, you know, it's whatever, you know. But still, it's nice to hear from Keyboy saying that if See You Soon going up against NIP Flash, even he can't predict the winner because both teams have improved so much. Fireflux, compared to before, now they're more open. Now they're more brave to go and actually initiate fights. And honestly, that's what we saw against Selangor Giants. They are more than prepared to start a fight and finish the fight.
Yeah, again, that game one definitely could have been theirs. And I think, you know, as we go to game two, possibly if they go in with a different game plan or even the same one as game one, if they played the way they did and it came down to that one team fight, like you mentioned, Wolf, that could be something very easy for them to fix to make this a 1-1 in the series.
I would say as well for Fireflux, although we're very happy to see them play their own comfort play style and their own comfort draft, their own heroes. I think that they kind of have to adjust at least, because we saw that the way they won in the group stages was when they gave the meta heroes and then they played their own game with Lolita as well as Novaria to eventually counter the Louis. 100% sure that works in the group stages, which, you know, really caught off guard the people. But then again, SRG, they're a team that can also like look back to the VODs, which evidently they did. They got all of the good heroes. They pick up the Eve. This is a trump card that they have already revealed going up against Fireflux, which I'm pretty sure Fireflux weren't, you know, equipped to deal with. They did not practice that much going up against the Eve, especially because they picked up the carry afterwards. It kind of makes me feel like they're just trusting on their own skill. So to sum it up, what I just said is, okay, have some little respect to the metagame, although it's respectable that they are picking up their comfort playstyle. They kind of have to adjust maybe just a little bit.
And now we're jumping into the draft here. Selangor Giants first pick, Fireflux second pick. So same again. And SRG, they're betting out this Faramis. Again, Rosa is amazing with this hero. And we saw how Selangor Giants plays around a team fight. Again, don't know who's making the calls, but someone has an eye for opportunity saying, this is the team fight that we want, and then they burst them down very, very quickly. So I feel like Selangor Giants, they understand their own weaknesses. Like, we're playing a burst composition. We can't let the Faramis as well as Angela through.
Yeah. It might be the same. Maybe Roger first pick for SRG.
Okay.
I understand the backshot though. I really love that they're playing the backshot going up against the Ling. I will just hope that they will pick up a different roamer now. Maybe go back to the Tigreal, although the Kaja was amazing. But if I recall correctly, and I have many fond memories of this, Apex 47 is great at AoE crowd control, like your Minotaurs, your Tigreals, your Grok, you know. So Kaja, although he played well, I'm not saying that he didn't. It makes out sense. There's a Terizla ban. Loving it already from Fireflux.
I guess that's why they banned it out, right? I mean, even like, what was it, the last ban from SRG previous game was Grok, right? So that kind of, I mean, they were looking to really narrow the choices down for Fireflux Esports, I would say, from the previous game. But I agree with you. I think as good as the Kaja is right now and how he's popping up more and more and more, these AoE roams are great to choose from. Boxer being the last ban from SRG.
I love that ban coming out from SRG. They don't mind. And at this point, Fireflux are forced to give up the Luyi. Maybe give the Luyi, ban the Ling, because this backshot is definitely the answer. Oh, okay.
Ling first pick? Oh, wait, Luyi. What am I talking about? Actually, no.
Honestly, I think they will pick up the Ling.
Yeah. The Ling can go up against the Luyi.
Yep. I think this is Ling. And Fireflux is a team that have ignored actually picking up the Luyi many times during the group stages, right? Even if they have access to it. So if I were to guess, this is Ling first pick. There it is. Who tough spot now for Fireflux.
I feel like the Edith was fine. I feel like Alien on the Edith was pretty good. Now we got to look at the player code here. Malaysia used to be in the top 4 in M1. For 2 Malaysian teams to make it out of the group stage, I feel very proud, but we will not be overconfident. This is coming from SRG Ozaravecki, which is their assistant coach.
Okay, so it's Valen Moskov now for Fireflux. Even more merit to pick up the Farsa now for SRG.
Yeah.
And
is this going to be one of the games that Louis is completely ignored?
Maybe.
Right?
Yeah.
I do agree. Honestly, the Farsa pick right now is looking very good.
And the Yu Zhang as well, if Cram wants to play. It's a Teresa's ban anyways.
Or CC, one of his favorite heroes as well.
Yep.
CC Ling, although, is very greedy, I would say. I would guess Farsa and Yu Zhong here for SRG.
Yeah, the Trizla getting banned out. Or they could just wait for Crimes Heroes and pick up something. Oh, they're picking up
okay.
the
It's not going to be
Never
slept
mind.
on.
the Luyi as well as the Ruby. So, again, it's like the Luyi is going to maintain the 100% appearance rate here in MSC. Are they going to pick up the Fredrin or Akai before he gets banned out?
Yeah, Ferdinand Arkai. Or maybe Arlet, which we have not seen yet. It
Oh,
was
true.
Banned out. Not actually. Yeah, not even
this series,
considered.
no, yeah. I don't
Yeah. Arlet is okay versus Louis, I would say. Maybe they get the Yu Zhong now for Alien to pick up. Yeah, Arlet.
Arlet.
Makes a lot of sense. Arlet, Moskov, good combo. Arlet is theoretically okay versus the Louis. It always will be dependent on execution. Just because you can use the final slash against both Chip and Louis, so there's that. SRG, they might be thinking banning out Tiger and Lolita, even when Lolita is not a meta pick. Fireflux has shown us that it is actually an okay pick going up against the Louis.
Yeah, looking at Fireflux's side, they're going to be banning out Innocence Hero, banning out a carry, perhaps banning out a Claude as well. Although looking at their lineup, I kind of feel like they can handle the Claude.
Yeah.
Fireflux handling the Claude.
Yeah,
And the
I
thing
feel
is,
like they can do it.
Yeah, yeah.
SRG, Fireflux cannot double down or triple down on marksman bans because this Ruby can be gold lane for all we know.
True, true. Honestly, Innocent has used the CC gold lane as well. Again, not sure if that's going to be the pickup that they want to go for, but historically, it has been an option.
Yeah. That's absolutely right.
I mean, I feel like just a fine ban here, just banning out the Claude, because I feel like for the Ruby pickup, it's too 50-50. I mean, like, if you want to ban a Roamer, do you want to ban out the Cho again?
Yeah.
So if it's a if this is another marksman ban,
And at the
less
same
for
time,
Innocent.
Cho has great synergy with both Louis as well as Ling.
True.
Because he just can send out that Cho. Yeah, I think
Although
that
I
could
feel
be a
like
ban.
if Humes doesn't get the Cho, I think he's fine picking up the Grok.
Yeah. Snatching it, Grok Louis, classic combo.
Oh, Harry. Forgot about Harry.
Wow.
whole lot of focus on.
we,
Yeah.
we forgot about Harry.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
actually
goodness.
thought it was banned.
Yeah.
Whole lot of focus on Innocent. I mean, so is this possibly just a Claude pick for him? You know, still going to be open. Pick up the Claude.
Yeah.
Good goal. Okay, maybe.
Oh,
No, not for this one. Not for knockouts.
How,
never know.
how about Yu Zhong now for Fireflux? And then they close it out with an Akai jungle. That's completely shutting down the Louis. Arlot, Yu Zhong, and Akai, both, all of those three heroes are just great versus the Louis. That could be a direction for Fireflux. And at the same time, you have good synergy with Akai plus the Arlot.
Outside the Grok is now going over to Apex 47 again. And like you said, well, if this Arlet is flexible, is able to go to the roam position,
Yeah.
they could pick up their jungler now just to keep it hidden for a little bit longer.
you think
Yeah,
they still
Akai.
need to go utility then? Yeah, Kai.
Yeah, I think Akai. Well, you saw Echo that we saw how
I mean, would they play in Hayabusa?
Tigreal.
Oh, they pick up the
Yep.
Tigreal, showing that the Arlet is going to the EXP. So,
Yes, sir. I love it.
I mean, if they want, they could go Hayabusa. But I don't know how much practice they have with Assassin jungler.
That's right. Okay, so you're looking for maybe a gold laner for SRG. XP going up against Arlot. Thursday is out. Yu Zhong still looks really good for SRG. That's a massive pickup for sure. And then if you're going up against Moscow, you go what? Beatrix, or in this case, you go for Clint,
I would
perhaps.
say
against
bring out the
Moscow?
cowboy.
Yep.
Claude's still there too.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
About that time.
Okay, the suspense is thrilling. I do hope it's Yu Zhong actually for SRG. Bruno CC.
What?
I mean, I did call out the CC, so that's my KPI of the day. But
man,
Remember
so greedy man.
Remember when it was us casting the Bruno game from XYG?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Mon!
Hey, Amon, all right.
Is it the vessel?
Yeah, it could be the vessel skin.
It's
I
the
mean, like,
vessel.
it's up to him which skin he wants to use, but Honestly, this is a pretty spicy matchup here because we're seeing a Bruno, we're seeing an Amon. The Amon we haven't seen so far. So for the casters casting this game, good luck for this one because I don't know who's going to win.
Well, boys, I'm going to say, not going to spoil what skins they're going to be using just yet. For the most part, we're seeing different priorities in where and how they want to actually attack the map from both of these teams. It's an interesting spread of resources. Once again, on the desk is going to be me getting Q with Leo doing the play-by-plays. We head into the land of Dawn. Get excited because after game number 1, I have high expectations that game number 2 is going to be just as bloody.
2 games into this slobber knocker, and already we're pulling out the deep cuts. Amon on Atienzi, who was also known as Cura back then in MSC 2023, used to play this very hero. They used this hero to score 1 against then third placers, now defending champions of MPL Philippines, Echo.
It's wild.
It's there, right? And then you also have now an old favorite, Bruno, being played by this very gentleman right here. This is innocent. I mean, you mentioned, you whispered under your breath earlier, he wants to win the lane.
Yeah, that's what I think he's trying to do, right? Why else would you want a Bruno other than smashing structures open and smashing your lane, right? Those are the 1 or 2 things that you want to do. But I think the hardest part now that other things have come into the meta, like the Harith, like the Roger, of course, now that we've really taken the first layer off, what's revealed underneath, it was probably either Brody or Bruno. And both of these B&Bs are doing very, very well, especially when you're up against a Moscow who can't really trade with you in the early game unless you have an Inspire, which I don't think they took.
Yeah, and now I'm also wondering what SRG's thinking with the CC in the hands of Kram. He was definitely instrumental in turning the tides in game 1 as the Terizla, which has a big ticket ult, right? Which has the penalty zone, which changes the dynamic of team fights, the flow of actions that you're allowed to take. But with the CC, it's more of a sustained and I don't know, conditional amount of control. Like, all right, I'm going to stand here. I'm going to keep hurting you, but not killing you. But if you're going to hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back. And it's going to take a while. So they did that alongside picking the Bruno. So they know that they want these fights to last long to the point of no ults, just basic attacks. Let's see who stays standing.
I think the theory, there's 2 points in this theory that I have here. With the CC pick, I think especially with the Elder Curtain call, when you do lock 2 people down, right? Keep in mind, like they've got a lot of dashes. If you lock down, for example, the Moskov next to Rosa's Valentina, it hinders both of them when they play the game. And even if you lock them to just an Arlet or maybe even the Amon, right? The extra movement speed, you get no value out of it because you're just anchored down by somebody else. I think based on how they're going to play this game, it's simply going to boil down to how Royal Milk played the CC as well. Zone out that backline, limit their mobility, and if you want to play as 5, that's perfect.
We'll see if Apex 47 falls for it because I think he's one of the prime targets. Rosa here, put down a third of his health. Stormy just wailing away. Something to note, a save for Stormy, right? Save for Stormy. Apex 47 can make the most out of his passive as a Tigreal. Like, he is just tanking everybody for free. Like, he has a little Dreadnought armor on in minute 1.
Yep. I mean, there's plenty of physical damage dealers on the side of SRG. We're going to struggle a little bit in the earlier stages, but hey, let's see.
Alien in trouble. Tempest of Blades up. Gonna fall here despite being underneath his tier 1 turret. And now Apex 47 fighting the good fight. SRG starting it quick.
Yeah, I mean, the momentum and especially the rotations are really, really fast from the side of SRG. And I think that Apex 47 got the read just a little bit too late. But let's see if they find the trade.
Here we go. TNZ pulls the trigger under Retribution. Pops Innocent. Gives a kill over to Sunshine.
Unfortunate. And I mean, that's just the way it goes, right? Unless you have Flicker, that's the only way that you can dodge that ult. But with Purify, you're just going to have to tank it.
All right. In hindsight, I think Flux Esports walked away with a better trade. An XP laner for a gold laner? Sign me up. Now that Turtle has spawned, it looks like they'll just continue the pressure on Alien. Like, they're going to deny or at least delay his level 4.
Well, let's see how it goes out, right? Because again, it is a trade for, like, yes, eventually you're going to scale into the later stages of the game, but do we need the power now or later? And I think that SRG kind of needs the power now, especially when they're trying to fight around these turtles, right?
Yeah. That's
the only way that Flux Esports is willing to kind of walk out into the danger zone.
They need it and they want it, especially if they want to secure this first objective. Cram, put down to 2/3 of his health, gets a good amount of damage, and now Tienzi trying to burst him down. Turtle at 1/3 of its health, Tempest of Blades up by Sekai's. all of the swords. Oh, he goes down. Alien says you're welcome. And the pull by Yums. Gonna get taken down by Alien though, despite all of that. And Stormy blasts Apex 47 with the turtle still standing.
Yep, I mean, that was, I don't know what to say, but this is pretty profitable for Flux Esports, because now look, Tenzi is able to power farm while all of these fights are going on. He's already level 6, and now maybe he has an opportunity to start turning the tides for the rest of his team, and maybe another gank on top side. But let's look at this, right? Because Stormy, technically he would have cleaned up this fight had he, if he had more items. You're limited by the number of shots that you have in your pocket.
Yeah. Interesting how Stormy had all of those free hits, yet despite that, Alien survived, and Alien got a couple kills on the way out too. Again, I give full credit to Brave Smite there, and of course just the innate chunkiness of one. I'm abandoned the pull. Kenzie goes down. No clapback, no retaliation from Flux Esports here. Now 3-3. SRG definitely has the advantage here in the turtle take. Still standing. Cram and Yums holding it. In goes Sikais. Alien gets the vengeance. Proc in. Apex 47 down to a fourth of his health. Getting hit by Stormy's spells. And now the turtle finally gets the attention that it wants and it needs. And there's another pull. Rosa in trouble. No. Rosa's gonna go down here. Yums gets the kill. Turtle still up. Sikais with the retry. Secured. Apex 47, where you going? SOD by Sunshine. Will he proc it? The answer is no. Down goes Apex 47. Stormy gets a kill. Yums as well. And Sunshine presses the button. But goes down just as quickly.
I'm so confused. Why did he decide to take that? Why did he decide to take it? Was it worth that one kill? Nope. And I personally don't think so, right? I guess, yes, you are. You're technically 2-1-0 as of right now, but Innocent is going to get a lot off of this. Luckily, at least for Flux Esports, there is some kind of level of compensation, right? We don't see Innocent hard shoving that lane, but Cram now even further ahead. Yeah, please, Alien, keep trading against me. Until you get that Thunderbelt, I don't mind.
Yep, and we'll see exactly in the replay one more time how that happened, because I also need a replay. I want to see how quickly that happened. So where's the SOD? Why'd he click it?
Right here. Because I think he was getting frozen out of his lane. So he needed to participate elsewhere to get that gold and be part of that fight. Kind of interesting how, well, indirectly Innocent is still part of the fight.
Yep, now Alien gets hit here. That's 2v1, man.
They're generating a lot of momentum for Cram, but it needs to translate into something. And most of the time it is the Turtles. We'll see whether or not they're going to start swapping the lanes now that the gold plating has expired.
Item check here. That's the Berserker's Fury already on Sikais. And
yeah,
Queen's Wings? Blood Wings, yeah.
Blood Wings. Yeah, I think it's rather interesting, right? He's not thinking about damage. He's also thinking about the survivability when he gets into the middle of these fights.
This is the most roundabout way of building a sustainable aim on.
I mean, it's one way of doing it, right? Until we see the concentrated energy start popping up. Maybe even like something even wilder would have been like the Clock of Destinies now that it's been changed. But for the time being, we are expecting to see a lane swap actually happen. And SRG, you can see the rotations from Cram to be part of this turtle fight.
Yep, he is going to be helping Stormy clear the wave here. One thing we haven't really seen is the use of diversion, right? Everything that Stormy's been doing has been very fair, has been in your face. So maybe they are going to try to set up for a checkmate angle on this turtle. Again, we're only getting 2 turtles. Oh, flicker there, committed by Alien. No one home, very defensively used. Apex 47 spots Innocent in the back. All right, TNZ, he pulled out too far.
It's a little tough to get into this fight here. Ooh, not to mention, the level difference. Oh, wait.
That's a soft reset. Turtle, barely out of range, gets the pull in and the implosion. Both tanks pulling no punches. Tempest Blades up. Sunshine gets the SOD. Still no one home. Yums goes down. Tianzi served up a kill from Alien's final slash. Down goes Sikais. That's a double for Tianzi. And then another one falls. Cram, 3 for 1, traded for Rosa. And Tianzi keeps going. Stormy, he gets it. That is a maniac.
That's huge. That is so very huge. But now, I mean, Innocent, he's going to have to try here.
Alien tracks him, finds the final slash, serves it up to Sunshine. He's not going anywhere.
The Thunderbelt makes him real tough to get through. Let's look at the replay one more time in this fight, because honestly, Apex saved the entire situation. He got both Sakai's as well as Yums, and both of them were on top of TNZ. Had they, well, I guess maybe if just the Ruby got pulled away, I'm pretty sure the Ling would have been able to take care of TNZ. But now look at that, the momentum switches back.
Here we go, Tempest of Blades up. The implosion saves Sunshine, but only for a second longer, turning it into a trade.
It's not bad, but they're still trading effectively from the side of Fireflux as they continue forward. TNZ now reading out even more with a Holy Crystal. Look at that build. He's full of damage.
Apologize to him now. Okay, I'm sorry, TNZ. I don't know your game, but now I do. 3-1 and 3. All right, he's done good work to use that shield to its most efficient. Oh no, Innocent gets bursted down just when we were talking about him.
It's unlucky. It's unlucky. It's like Power Spike just achieved. Innocent is like, yes, I got the Berserker's Fury. Maybe I can clear this wave fast. Yeah. Gets one shot instantaneously, right? And now you're seeing how Fireflux Esports have adapted from game number 1. Instead of like, oh, we're going to crush down on the mid lane. We're going to keep on trading proactively. We're going to play around our mid laner, and that should be enough. But no, we're attacking your gold laner. Innocent is punishable. He is human.
And that's what our analysts mentioned. Fireflux Esports perform the best when they play with a little bit of their own flavor, right? When you force out the Amon and you pit up against public enemy number 1, Ling, beautiful things happen. Apex 47 taking this amazing bush. And now the implosion catches Innocent, but only for a second longer. The final slash by Alien. I wonder if this is enough.
Oh, no.
I'm offended. In comes the Kais. Down goes Alien. Apex 47 might be up next. The divergence head up by Stormy. He goes through. Cram takes out Apex 47. It's a disaster for Turkey.
Wait a minute, TNZ. They have no idea he's there. They have no idea he's there. Rosa just needs to get some more information. Here they go.
SOD, and in the back line, TNZ bursting down Cram. Turtle still standing. Lord, that is Innocent scores it. And now TNZ's gonna go down. Sekai is taken out by Rosa. But here comes Stormy, the forward flicker. The gambit from Fireflux Esports doesn't pay off the way that they want to. They took 2 on the way out, but the Lord still goes over to the Giants.
Man, what a tough decision to make there. Do you continue to put Innocent behind, or do you look to maybe get something off by killing sick guys? At the end of it all, SRG still walk away with the Lord, which is the biggest problem, right? Despite trading upwards, Fireflux Esports can defend this, don't worry. But I think that Sunshine, he needs to scale up fast. Oh my God.
Rosa with a stolen up, offended the implosion from Apex 47. Yums down here as well. And all SRG was thinking was, we're going to stand behind the Lord, go in and push. They didn't expect to lose 2 so quickly.
I mean, I wasn't expecting them to lose 2 so quickly, but even more, that could have been 3. That honestly could have been 4. Let's look at this replay. Hopefully they catch it right at the moment. Look at Innocent here. We see the implosion, canceled straight away, right on the frame.
Innocent skedaddled, as he should have. And then, again, damage control. SRG knows that, hey, this is a losing fight. They make nothing of that Lord. They didn't even get to push top lane tier 1.
I mean, that's the whole story between Fireflux Esports and Selangor Red Giants. They're just nullifying each other's proactive moves with their own moves. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh matchup that you wouldn't have expected, man.
Oh, here we go. The diversion play into that pixel brush. They try to spot out TNZ, but he knows better. Oh, wow, you're right. It's like one of those...
You've fallen into my trap card moment.
Yeah, or like a 2 equally matched dojo masters, you know? Like they both own their schools of martial arts, and then they just like this 2-minute long fight sequence where nobody gets hit in.
I think let's take it a step further. I think they're 2 very, very young prodigies of their times in martial arts masters. I mean, let's look at the game facts here. As of now, of MSC 2024, I did not catch that in time.
All right, but there was a fact.
There was a fact there.
You guys can scrub back.
Yeah, we'll scrub back just a little bit, but let's look at the in-game items and see whether or not anything is a little different. We see the full Trinity build come out from the side of Sunshine at this point of time, but even so, we do see the Alien. He's 5-3 and 3, and honestly, he's pretty sustainable now that he has the Queen's Wings and the Thunderbelt.
Oh yeah, that's good. He is, I believe, on his way to an Oracle, not mistaken, and... Yeah.
But then why would he need to? Never mind. I think at this point, whatever he gets is going to be of value, right? He could opt to go for a little bit more magic resist if you really wanted
Defense.
to. I think the best one by far, the most cost-efficient item that you could go for at this point is probably just the blade armor, right? Because Innocent, he's scaling up pretty quickly.
Just mad chunk. TNZ picked up the winner crown there, and he also picked up a Sky Piercer. That's what I picked up. That's what I saw there. So he wants to greed out again. Oh, sick guys. Respect it. Tempest of Blaze just for the iframes.
He heals back up.
Whoa! They find one. Humes gets hit by the implosion. Still alive. Alien gets the dash in, the final slash. On to Stormy. Innocent down here from the flank. Kicks a few balls, Alien and Rosa's way. Now Cram gets spotted out, up against the wall, gets bursted down by Genzi, 2 for none. Flux Esports calling the shots, makes it straight to the Lord.
Oh my goodness, Tianzi is so stacked up right now. Unless the guys can make the super play and just steal away the Lord by a drive-by, I don't think it's happening. Flux, they push the momentum into their favor, and better yet, Selangor Red Giants now getting a little hesitant with the way that they approach these fights.
It's the cleanest pickoff into a Lord take I've seen up against Selangor Giants in a long while. This rarely happens.
I have to agree with you. And now we're seeing the beauty of this Amon pick. Amon throws the ult on towards Sekais after taking one single auto attack. Sekais has to use his own ult to survive.
Yep, Sekais isn't playing his game. He's playing Tianzi's game when that happens.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one to crack. And I think that Flux, they need to be able to set up a check. Oh, well, I mean, they've missed the checkmate angle, but they need to put a lot of damage here. They're not going to take that diversion, right? Yeah. Okay, just giving some extra information.
And now, all waves synced in. Wow, Sunshine up top, 3 in mid, the massive Lord down bottom, and there is about 1/4 left. Oh! Forcing out a Wind of Nature proc from Innocent. Lord crashing into that turret down bottom, and Flux Esports will continue to take away all the resources from SRG's jungle. And now they penetrate the base. Oh, I'm offended. Onto Avic 47, forcing a response. Implosion on the 2, and the final slash. Pop in Hume's immortality.
Oh, and now they're going even harder. Sekais, he needs to reset off of this.
Oh no, they do get one on the back foot as Cram gets punished, overextending the diversion play. Can they find it? That's 3 sent over. Sunshine's in trouble, knows that there's danger afoot. Oh, Sekais gets bursted down one more time by Genzi. Sunshine takes out Stormy. 2 defenders left versus 3 out in front. Humes gets taken down by Rosa, stolen Tempest of Blades. And with that, it's just Innocent left. Innocent versus 3 members of Flux Esports, and Innocent pushes them out.
The item swaps to deny the kill. Tianzi refuses to give away the stack, and the one shot on top of it. It doesn't end. Tianzi is coming out big time.
All right, Tianzi has about 2 HP left. Cram the only one to defend. There's a big wave. Can he stop this, or are we going to game 3 at 1-1? Flux Esports equalize.
This has to be the greatest series of all time. That was wild. How many times did we see the weight shift from both of these teams? How many times did we see them both just duke it out when it matters? The timings, the tempos, everything is just lining up perfectly.
Even Alien agrees. I saw him just walking away clapping. Sekais can't believe what just happened. I'll agree with you, Gideon. This is so far the best series out of the mid-season cup just yet.
The worst part is that there's even more after this in the days to come.
You mean the best part?
The best part. With that being said, we're throwing it over to our analysts, Wolf Nai Su, as well as LaFell. Take it away.
Series of all time. It's definitely one of the series of time.
It's
Of
definitely
knockouts.
Of knockouts. It's definitely one of those series in knockouts.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the series that I've seen.
Oh yeah.
Also.
Dude, I mean, like, here's the thing. I get where he's coming from, right?
Yeah.
This is a back and forth. This is a 1-1.
That last item swap was great.
I think Sunshine, honestly, the members of Flux are at a different level now. I love the fact that they got Tigreal this time and Yums with
He was
words
saying
of
I love you.
affirmation.
Saying I love you, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so I think it all went wrong around the 7-minute where this was actually a great clash where TNZ showcased the power of Amon. And obviously Sunshine, although after the teleport coming out from Humes where he did the long play, you know, if you get my meaning.
Yeah.
It did not
Dude,
make
that was
any
amazing.
mistake afterwards. And even in this particular case where he was already dead, he's dead to rights actually.
Yeah.
But because of this
It's right here.
destruction, he managed to do it. And then there's the item swap. Well done. And then they're gonna punish him afterwards. I mean, innocent will be punished afterwards.
Honestly, if I want to nerd out a bit, the thing that I love about this draft is that you pick up a Tigreal, forcing out any kind of hero that has to use a Purify in the goal lane,
Yeah.
and then you pick up the Amon. Like, how are you going to avoid the Amon's damage? The Amon, in terms of Brutal, he just basic attacks you until you're forced to slide away. And once the slide's out, then you can just use your ult.
Yeah.
There's no outplaying that if you don't have a flicker.
All you got is Purify, you
Yeah.
know, at that point. And that was 70. So I believe it was 77 unique heroes
Yes,
now
correct.
that
77,
we've
yeah.
seen for MSC 2024. And yeah, I think Apex 47 on this Tigreal, man, on point, really providing just a lot of that crowd control alone for the lineup here.
Dude, Sunshine on a Moskov, 51,000 damage dealt, TNZ 916 gold per minute that he was able to earn. I feel like both teams are gonna ramp up the numbers in terms of unique heroes picked, because what's next? A Hanabi for the Deceit Rage skin?
Maybe
Maybe.
they got both vessels.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hanabi. But
I can tell that Wolf doesn't like that one. He's like how do I rebut this? No.
How do I make sense of this? Yeah, but who knows? Maybe Innocent picks it up. Innocent can play Chang'e. I'm sure he can play Hanabi. Right?
Maybe.
I can't reveal that. But anyways, honestly, looking at the matchup here, really, like, we got to talk about Rosa. Like, no matter who eventually becomes the Sony MVP, Rosa in this matchup, both games, really show up as a playmaker.
It's difficult to explain, but yes, definitely. I think that he managed to get the right ultimates at the right time, obviously with the IMU.
Yep.
And then he managed to get out of sticky situations with the Ling ultimate, for example. And his targeting with the first skill, second skill. I mean, if you look at the Valentina, you're always thinking about the ultimate, right? But sometimes it's just much about how you manage to find the right opening so you can one-shot people. Because Valentina with skill 1 and 2 combo, skill 1, 2, 2, 1, technically speaking,
No, I get
that, if you land that combo correctly, that's a ton of damage. As Nice would say, that's big damn.
Big damn.
Big damn coming in from the Valentina. And again, amazing showcase here. Right now, in case you guys just tune in, it's a 1-1 where Selangor Giants won the very first game. However, the second one, Fireflux was able to pick up that one. And again, we heard from Sanji that he could go 5 games, but he said Fireflux might win this one. And I got to say, for both games, even though Selangor Giant won the first one, Fireflux looks like they're mostly controlling the game.
Yeah. What is it? 21 minutes of the 22 minutes from the first game.
Exactly.
That Fireflux was pretty much controlling.
Exactly.
There was a couple question. I even heard the casters mention it, like with Sunshine using that Spirit Destruction and then following through with it. There was a couple mistakes that they made, but one thing's for sure, Flux Esports, they know how to adapt on the fly and adjust the play from there.
With that being said, we got to look at our Sony MVP, and it's going to be TNZ on that AA mod. And be careful when you're going up in rank. Because the draft pick, you might see a few Amons.
That was the winning play. TNZ getting into the orange buff even after there were already 2 members down. Magically, it was it Stormy that got the Lord afterwards?
It was Innocent.
It was Innocent, magically. And then look at that play. Alien just converting for another kill. And then eventually they will see Cram just casually walking.
Why was Cram there?
Yeah.
Like, not respecting the... because they saw every member of Fireflux there.
Yeah. Well, let's ask Cram later if we have a chance. But yeah, that really costed them the Lord afterwards.
And again, Apex 47's coming in with the engage with the implosions. Like, I would say Fireflux, they look much more brave because of the engagements coming in from Alien as well as Apex 47. And again, TNZ 7.5 KDA, 916 gold per minute, 65% kill participation. But again, if you want to ramp up that goal, he was able to farm out, while I would say the rest of the players, they were all screaming against each other.
Ooh, interesting. And here's a very nerdy answer to that, especially with what TNZ did. There was one time where, naturally, when you are a roamer, there is a sweet spot where you want to take the mid lane minions, right? So you can get to level 4 come the first turn of the fight. TNZ timed that perfectly, and that is when he went to Innocent's lane and got the kill, because it was a 2v1. And that really tells us how TNZ really, how his mind operates when he's playing these assassins. He wants it to go for the right timing all the time.
Honestly, while you're telling that, can you actually show us using Bob as your Bob helper now?
Yeah, this will be a little bit different because this is the first turtle fight, which we could see the strength of TNZ and the way that they are trying to really fight against the second turtle, because the second turtles usually, this is where you're going to see a lot of like information gathering first before they are able to really spot it out. So there will be that initiation coming out from Mr. Apex 47. You're going to see him catch 2 members, but Innocent is just holding his ground. He knows that Innocent and Sekais, all they need to do is to wait for the implosion to happen and then enter afterwards. So let's play out the clip and they will eventually get it. But TNZ already used this burst. Now, what's going to happen here is that Rosa as well as Apex 47 are going to do the best things, which is they allowed TNZ as well as eventually Sunshine in here to get in and out of the fights, right? So look at the kiting coming out from Fireflux. You flicker out with Apex 47, in comes Alien, and then in comes TNZ. They get out again. Sunshine comes into the fight. Whenever they don't have the attack speed anymore, they will get out. Great in and out coming out from Fireflux. And this is a visualization of what Fireflux was trying to do all the time. Eventually, they will get the killing spree, despite the turtle being in favor of the side of SRG. Very in and out coming out from Fireflux is good stuff.
I would say, yeah, I completely agree, where the way that they play around a team fight is making sure that you try to deal as much damage while avoiding a lot of damage. So it's kind of like a boxing kind of, what do you call it?
Boxing maneuver?
Boxing?
Maneuver?
It's like a boxing kind of concept where you float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Actually.
See, I know stuff.
Yeah.
I know synonyms.
Synonyms. I think he means synonyms.
Okay.
You know, but when you watch that clip, Rafael, part of that too, you get to see how I get what you're saying, because they usually, if someone is low for Flux Esports, they set up a wall to kind of protect them, cut them off, and then they re-engage.
Yeah.
And that's a great, what do you call it? Synonym?
Synonyms.
I don't see the problem here. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. Same. Synonyms. Synonyms.
They're similar because they're synonyms.
Thank you very much. And with that, we got to focus on the second game now. It's still 1-1. Why are you guys laughing?
No, dude.
We're just happy.
Just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
Just
be yourself, my friend.
No. I've made that mistake before. Never again. I'm never being myself ever again.
Yeah.
I'll always be fake in the eyes of the world. Either ways, SRG, we got to talk about this a little bit. SRG currently has the highest Lord secure rate with 90%.
Wow.
Is that right?
Is that?
90.9%, while 60% turtle control rate. And Fireflux so far is maintaining 69% Lord secure and 58% turtle secure.
Wow. Doesn't matter if they give up the turtle, apparently, in the first few stages of the game. As long as they get the imported Lord. Well, I mean, if you're going to be asking, when LaFell asked the question very early today, who's going to slay the Lord?
Oh, yeah, I did.
It's like it's Fireflux. For Fireflux, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, there was times when, was it Innocent that got it?
Yeah.
You know, on the Bruno?
Yeah, he kicked the ball, and then the ball slayed the Lord.
Yeah.
Ball's hurt.
Well, it is a ball that's technically on fire, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on fire.
You know what? I agree. Like,
Bruno is a superhero.
if you want to increase it, just kick a bowling ball on fire.
Yeah, if you have the
Wrong
mecha
sport.
legs, maybe you can.
He does have mecha legs.
Yeah. That's the passive.
I know. I too analyze the game.
Good to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Want to keep talking about hero lore? It could be,
Hero lore?
Oh, well,
yeah.
Well, we don't have the historian here.
Yeah. Leo, you need Leo for that.
Yeah.
No. As much as it's cool that you can call a horse and then swipe every enemy down, we don't need Leo more in this conversation. I feel like if we
Hey.
just focus on Bruno, yeah?
Don't say that as if it's final. Maybe a Leomore can pop up in this situation. TNT is
Yeah.
playing here.
You know what? You're right.
78. Make it 78. Wait.
Yeah.
No, Leo Moore.
Oh, we
has
saw
been-
Leo Moore.
Leo
Yeah,
Moore's
that's right,
was
that's
picked
right.
before, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to increase it even more, the Hanabi.
Why do we
Vessel-
keep going to the Hanabi?
Yeah.
Because there's a new skin. We have to sell skins, Naisu.
Okay.
We have to sell the skins. But either ways, Fireflux this time is going to be first pick. Selangor Giants are going to be the second pick. Fireflux themselves, even though they're the first pick, they bat out the Faramis, SRG, batting out the Chip. It looks like Fireflux, they don't want to see this Moscow going in the hand of Innocent.
Maybe they're the ones who wants to get this Louis.
Or Roger.
Yeah.
Roger. Obviously. I think it's I think this might be the game where SRG will just get Ling almost all the time. It kind of feels like Fireflux are daring them.
I was gonna say, is that the right choice though? Like, if you're SRG, do you want to get this Ling every single time that it's open? It feels like in a way they're kind of struggling a little bit here and there. with some of the
There's
approach.
another hero they could use, which is more riskier, but
Hayabusa.
Fanny.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
You're right.
pretty. Yeah, that's pretty risky, I'd say.
It's the hero that puts Sakai's on the map.
Yeah.
But again, it's very risky. Like, no matter how strong you are with that hero, it's pretty risky. The Valentina gets banned here. And honestly, I really like this Valentina ban because I feel like it really puts SRG in a very tough spot when it comes to the draft, especially for Yums and Stormy. So now without the Valentina, now they don't have to worry that much.
That's very true. So, yeah, that means that Rosa will have to pull something out of the bag. Again, another Baxia ban. Very good.
Louis is
identification
open.
coming from SRG. So Louis as well as Roger. I believe that Fireflux don't necessarily want to pick up the Louis first pick. So this might be Roger or yeah, it is indeed Roger. So you go Harith Ling if you're SRG, or Louis.
Now, since... Do you want to risk it? Right?
The what?
Risk it. Like, don't pick up the Louis thinking that Fireflux wouldn't pick up the Louis.
If you get the Ling, yes, because you have the answer to
Yeah.
that. So maybe Ling Arlet actually for SRG at this point. Does Yums play out of Arlet?
He can...
Oh, Angela's open.
Ling.
I mean, it has been open for quite a while. It's just that teams haven't had a good success with Angela. So the only question is it going to be Stormy or Yums?
I was gonna say, is it gonna be Rome mid?
Oh, well, I think that they have to keep that up until the last pick.
So pick up the EXP soon.
Oh.
Oh, Arlet Ruby.
Talk about I was gonna say sweeping and pulling, basically.
And it's
a whole
still,
lot.
It's still flex.
Yeah.
You don't know which one's going Rome. You don't know which one's going to the EXP. And you're denying the pick from SRG.
Yeah. And it
This
could also
Terizla
go
ban is looking
gold
better.
Ruby.
Oh, yeah.
There's this ban, unfortunately.
No, I feel like the Terizla ban is genius when this, is your play.
I think at this point you don't want to go Louis anymore, right? Because you're global anyways to the Angela. So you just get an Edith perhaps so that you have a stable roamer that can also be flexed in the EXP lane. Apart from that, maybe get the Harriet now because, I mean, what's stopping you, right? You have the Angela Harriet.
Oh.
They go Claude instead.
Isn't this a little bit risky because you have two heroes that want to farm?
Yeah.
It is.
But I think also part of this is just the fact that, like, because if they didn't pick this up right now, then those bans would still focus on narrowing down those choices for Innocent because they already took out the Moskov, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like after probably how much he struggled with a Bruno in the previous game, this is more so like, all right, let's give a better opportunity to Innocent to just to farm up and then, hopefully pop off later
That's
on.
right. Interesting. So, with this...
Ban out the mid?
Yeah, ban out the Rosa heroes. In this case...
You want to do the farce?
Oh, you know what? Respect.
They don't want to deal with that anymore.
Mana Yuzhong. Makes a lot of sense. Apart from the Amon, I do love to see them battle Rosa heroes, like Farsa, for example. However, since this is Angeling, what else do you pick up actually?
Vexana?
after this? Maybe actually Aurora.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you're left with that as
It would be crazy if Fireflux pick up a Zask.
yeah. That's true. I wonder if they do play that. Does it look like a Rosa hero though? I think
The thing about Rosa is it doesn't have to look like a Rosa hero for Rosa
That's
to do
true.
well with it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Kadita actually for Rosa. I don't know if that is a thing.
What about Kagura?
Oh, against Angeling.
Oh, Julian.
Okay.
Imagine, nicely, you're saying like, imagine Kadita, and then it was like, oh no, he just baits you and it ends it all just like, yeah, no way.
Yeah, no.
Xborg getting banned out. So it looks like for SRG still respecting the jungler pick, and for Fireflux making sure that Cram doesn't have a good hero to play.
Yeah. You know what? I think this is nearing the Leomord zone now for Fireflux. If this is not a lockdown hero for SRG, because they banned out both Xborgs with Yuzhong, right? So you're first with like Edith, perhaps, for SRG in this case. That means that the Leomord will have a great time. There it is, Edith. Oh man. This is Leomord and yeah, Gord perhaps.
No way.
Yeah.
I know you're
No
trying to make me
way.
feel better. after
There's
Kagura down. Wolf, it's
Yeah,
okay.
no, yeah,
It's like,
the Kagura is really good actually.
oh, is it now?
It is.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about the Aurora.
Yep. Leomord. TNZ, you've been playing it before it was meta. And now that you have the chance,
Boom, Akai.
pick it up. Yeah, that would be like, actually like Fredrin, you know?
Yeah, I'm thinking Fredrin.
End of the day, it's like, yeah, like Fredrin the Varia.
Just become something super normal.
Yeah, so something
Yeah.
super like
normal.
Vexana, Fredrin,
Yeah,
right?
Vexana Fredrin.
Oh, God. I mean,
I mean, it's a good pick. Florin.
Farsa, okay.
Florin Farsa. It looks like it's going to be a Roger jungle.
Gold Ruby. Okay. So they're all in on TNZ now. That means...
This is going to be annoying for SRG because they're the one that doesn't want to fight a prolonged team fight.
I wonder if Cram likes to play the Paquito because that's a great hero first Roger and Farsa.
Honestly, I'm even thinking if you want to go all into the backline, pick up something like a Vendetta, but I haven't seen Cram use it so far.
How about a Uranus? Do you like?
I do
it's a
love
Cram hero.
Uranus.
But you have Edith.
Wait,
if
what
they-
about the Minotaur?
What if
Oh,
they
wait,
pick
Grok?
what if they're the ones to pick up Kadita?
Oh, wait,
They
no.
need a little bit of front line. Lapu. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got him.
So it looks like the Edith is going to the roam position. Lapu is going to the EXP.
Oh.
For the casters, right now, the draft has been settled. I wonder if we're going to jump into the game with no issues here, but so far, a floor-in for Fireflux, which is what SRG wants to avoid. But SRG, they have the Angela, so this might be a long team fight. And with that being said, we're tossing it over to the casters.
Thank you, analysts. Once again, back on the desk with Leo and as well as me, Gideon Q. Yeah. We're going to be taking care of you guys because this one, it's going to be a little different compared to the first two, right? Both have pretty similar curves in terms of power spikes, but at the very least, the synergy between Ling and as well as Angela is going to be the main driving force here.
Now more than ever, I think SRG and FF are aware of each other's power spikes, are aware of each other's tendencies, and hopefully, my fingers are crossed, and I think I say this on behalf of everyone watching in the Amazon arena and everywhere around the world, that doesn't stop them from fighting the way that they did in games 1 and 2.
I totally agree here, but we got to talk about the later stages of the game between Fireflux Esports on blue side up against SRG on the red side, because I think towards the later stages of the game, I would imagine that Fireflux Esports scales better.
Yeah, I mean, mainly because Rosa can actually pull out 2 feathered airstrikes between engages. And again, you can only really hearth guard once for the shock value. So after you pop out, if the fight doesn't last longer, then, you know, you're just out there like, throwing love waves.
You're just gonna exist, you know?
Yeah.
You're just a heart guard, you're a heart guard bot, right? Everything after that is just a bonus. For the time being, let's have a look at the emblems so far because it looks like, 2. Alien is going to take a more defensive approach with Common Emblem, making sure that he has plenty of armor to keep himself alive on top of the tenacity.
Something to note as well, the triumphant return of Lapu Lapu, who isn't like in the top 3 XP laners right now, but he's what you need when you're trying to stop Rosa from, throwing out those volleys of magic damage. Enzi playing footsies against Sekais, Yumes, and Stormy. Here comes the response. All right, goes and shuts down that Litho Wanderer. Interestingly enough, we're still 20 seconds out from the first turtle. I think it happened, man. I hate to jinx it, but I think they slowed down.
Yeah, I think both sides really want to make sure that, they don't give each other much space. And now with Sunshine on this Ruby, hopefully they're going to be able to get everything done. Because when it comes down to that big team fight at the end of the day, right, I think Cram, he's going to be fine, but he's going to be very isolated from the rest of his team. They're technically taking these fights a man down.
Yeah, but what that means is Selangor at least has a solution bank, right? As soon as Rosa goes crazy, all right, I'm gonna come in, bravest fighter. If I can find Apex 47, even before he pulls the trigger on the Bloom, all right, take him down.
And Cram just jumping into the bush, bravest fighter. Not 100% sure what the decision behind that is going to be, but in the meantime, this very first turtle, honestly, going to go real slow because, again, both Roger and as well as the Link would much rather just power farm.
Okay, luckily that, again, theoretically mistimed ult that shouldn't be punished too hard because neither junglers are making their way towards the turtle just yet. And there you go. It's off a cooldown now, so he's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the Bravest Fighter is a very short cooldown. It's pretty expandable. You can kind of just throw it out whenever you want. But let's see whether or not Flux Esports, they're going to be able to get this turtle, right? Previously they were, but SRG have... Well, I hope that they've thought about the situation now. How exactly are they going to approach the fight? They want to take out TNZ, but at the same time, have to dodge the damage from Alien.
Here we go. The jump in from Cram. The answer from Rosa. Flicker back after the third airstrike. No one home. And now the pull from Sunshine. They back off. Again, folks, note that this is indeed a side lane Ruby. So the true cores for Flux Esports now is, again, in true rope-a-dope fashion, as Flux likes to do it. Now TNZ and Rosa. It's not Sunshine and Rosa.
They're taking their time with this, both sides. Hopefully, good reaction time from TNZ. Whoa!
All right. Interestingly enough, they want to commit hard on that, and that's 4 sent over to take down TNZ. The response from Flux Esports is a better airstrike, but Selangor just lean hard into the aggression, taking down Rosa. One more time, maybe even able 47, and they indeed do. 3-4 none straight into that plate in mid lane. And Alien trying to do some damage control, stop the bleeding. You get pulled in. I'm offended. The onward, the takedown. Alien gets a kill, keeps going. The vengeance. All right, Flux Esports out of their breath here. Oh, another one! Stormy so low! Misses one basic, and the blazing duet. Can Alien survive? The answer is yes to their strike. Pushing back SRG.
I'm glad that both teams' tendencies is to continuously trade. Although I will say that SRG did find a chink in the armor here, because once they guaranteed the engage onto TZ's side, they knew for a fact that Rosa does not have his flicker just yet, so they can run him down. And we know that Florin is going to need a lot of time to get to that late game stage before her heals are extremely relevant.
All right, it's true that these teams have taken it slow, but when the fight can begin, when the fight happens, they will not let go. They are not shy to lean hard into it. But with that said, Selangor Giants now up by about 2,000 gold, 5 minutes in, turtles spawning in the upper quarter. Interestingly enough, I don't know how this 1-3-1 setup for Flux is going to go, man. It changed their dynamics so much.
It does. It does. It makes them very reliant on their battle spells to get a majority of things done, right? Even when you're looking for those big engages, Alien, problem, unless, somebody face checks a bush and, well, it happens. But at this point of time, hopefully SRG recognize that they can honestly play as slow as they want to, but as soon as they find that very first kill, it's about how much gold you get against Flux Esports when it comes down to their economy, whether it's jungle camps, ideally when it comes down to neutral objectives.
Luckily, Flux Esports, despite, stepping up to get into these fights, aren't letting go of that prime objective, that prime priority here in the early game is to farm up, get some items on you, because good news for Alien is he already built his Thunderbelt, so he can just start getting the enhanced basic attack, smacking his opponents, and building up those hybrid defense stacks.
Yeah, I think that, I'm pretty sure that Alien is going to go with the same build that he did in the previous game. You know, Thunderbelt into the Queen's Wings, and then eventually maybe even into the Oracle. But for now, let's see whether or not Yomes is going to find that engage.
All right, Turtle secured here by SRG.
Whoa.
And the knock-up, forcing a response here. Tempest of Blades now. Heartguard waiting to be cast. Sakai says, never mind, I am safe. SRG happy with the major objective pickup, now approaching 3K ahead.
Yeah, no disrespect from both of these teams, right? Really playing it slow. Okay, it's just a small objective, not the end of the world. As long as our structures are up, maybe we can do something with that. Because these rotations are basically man-to-man defense from both sides, right? If somebody leaves the lane, we have to follow.
Which is, again, despite it sounding counterintuitive, the man-to-man defense against a 4v5 with the Angela inside one of them is actually the winning combination. Up top, Alien going 1v3. Yume, Stormy, and Cram want to fight, forcing out a flicker from Alien for his own good.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Oh, down bottom. The stun on Innocent. How far can they dive? In goes TNZ. Tempest of Blaze knocking up TNZ. He's taken down. Sunshine takes a few hits. In comes Sekai from the back. And Sunshine healing up a bit, but no, there's not much Apex 47 can do. SRG trade out.
Man, I love it. I love the micro mechanics there because Stormy, he knows who exactly he wants to give that heart card to, but he doesn't want to put the indicator on top of the person, right? Which is very visible to everybody on the map. So you can see that even TNZ is like, oh, they probably have it, but there's a good chance that I might be able to get the execute before that happens.
They're weaponizing the information. They don't want to give Flux Esports that level of a tell. And here we go. Sekais goes for the Grand Theft Orange. Pushing in mid. That was just Cram and Yumes. Yumes and Cram. Now the answer. Failure strike. I think Rosa needs a little bit more firepower.
Yeah, I mean, Rosa's been taking the brunt of the punishment here, always having to use his flicker every time he gets compromised on the position of Feathered Airstrike. And Stormy, on the other hand, is like, I don't have to worry about any of these things. I just have to be a good team player. However, I will say that Cram quite ahead in the game. He may have lost his tier 1 on top side, but so far, he's been winning out these trades against Alien as soon as he uses that Bravest Fighter.
All right, let's see again, another 3v1. Stormy throws out a love waves. From the back line, in comes Rosa. Tempest of Blades, taking down Alien. Now here comes the cavalry, and by cavalry, I mean the rest of Flux Esports. All right, deterring any further aggression. All this while, SRG was just bursting down the Lord. They got even us distracted.
Oh man, great diversion here. It's like, I'm gonna dive, I'm gonna look maybe to take this tier 1, but at the same time, oh wait.
I'm offended. Cram, can he survive? Damage reduction and iframes in check. Yes, the answer. Continue, Gideon.
Yes, these diversion plays, it's great because now it's like SRG saying, we've learned from the previous game, you gave us 2-prong attacks, and worst yet, our draft didn't exactly give us answers. Oh my goodness, where did he go? Wait, how far ahead is Innocent?
Got the 2-man onward Earth Shatter, and then the rest was history. Tempest of Blaze defensively out. That's just how far ahead SRG is, man. 6K ahead, 6K gold. That's what? 2 items on each core.
But that's what I was thinking. It was coming from Sakai's, not Innocent specifically. I guess he was max stack on top of it. We'll see in the item list in just a little bit, but hopefully, Fireflux are able to defend their inhibitors. They can't just give away these for free.
This is uncharacteristic. I am not comfortable with the way SRG is dominating Flux Esports. Given how games 1 and 2 went, it's as if SRG is a whole nother team. It's as if Flux Esports forgot everything that happened in 1 and 2, because those were very close. This is far from it.
Yeah, and a majority of the lead is actually coming from Innocent. He's got 8,000, he's 3,000 ahead of Sunshine at this point of time with the full Trinity build.
Huge. I mean, oh, here we go. We'll talk about it later. The fight happens. Yumes is taken out, and suddenly in the back line, they die. Apex 47, Sekais, and Stormy, and Sekais. Tempest of Blaze in the back looking for TNZ. Alien has already fallen. A 1-4-3. Massive gains for SRG.
Huge gains, 2-10 so far as the kill score. 8,000 gold lead, damage dealt, Klon as well as Lapu Lapu. Both of the side lanes right at the brink.
All right, so we were saying how that's a huge 3K, 3,500 between Sunshine and Innocent. Mainly because you're a fighter, right? You can afford to build semi-built items or halfway built items compared to Innocent, who has to build his Trinity, which he now has. Hence why he's dealt so much damage.
I think that Flux Esports, if anything, they need Apex 47 to scale up quicker right now. Like, TNZ, he's struggling to get the farm, and yes, the dude is gonna, it's helping, right? His auto attacks really make the difference in these fights, but you're getting stat checked by people who are 9,000 gold ahead of you at this point in time.
Yep, and here you'll see it again. Yeah, across the board, the only closest one we got is Rosa and Stormy. And that's a support mid laner on Stormy. So that's how far ahead SRG is now from Fireflux.
It's kind of wild, though. Maybe there is I don't know. Maybe going for a safe build, getting it like an early Winds of Nature, just to kind of protect yourself to drag this game out. But then again, you're deviating from getting it like your core items, which is too important to give up.
All right, that is a definite possibility, and I think it's worth the money, right? The Wind of Nature, because really, what's the only thing that goes through your Wind of Nature proc? Quick Lord take here by SRG. Stormy skills. That's it, Stormy skills, and the CC on Yumes. But that aside, if the goal is to just stay alive, then the Wind of Nature is the answer.
I mean, it's more manageable compared to like I'll take like 5 love taps compared to like getting 1 crit by Sakai's. Like, that's how much of a difference it's going to be. At this point in time, both teams still looking very calm, but calm before the storm. We'll see how they're going to try and pry open these inhibitors, and I think Rosa, he's gonna be so careful with how they approach this.
You mean calm before the storm? Me.
Oh.
This is very similar to his MVP performance in game number 1, where he was very low-key, very quiet, and he's the one that really tilted the scales, tipped it over to SRG, and now he's doing the same again. As you mentioned, he doesn't want to reveal where the heart guard's going. So that just makes it all the worse. Instead of it being a 1+4, it's a 1+4 +1 +1 +1 +1. Like, it can be on anybody.
It really can. And that's the Feather Airstrike to clear both mid as well as bottom waves. They still have the Lord crashing on that top side. And I guess their wave clear isn't that great. Their sieging isn't that great either. If they want to siege, that means they have to dive. And that's too big of a commitment.
Oh, well, Cram seems to be eager about it. Yumes flickering on out. Cram in trouble. Goes ahead, pops the heart guard, pops that inhibitor up top. Mid, next up on the docket. Lord wailing away at the base. Another feathered airstrike. Rosa cleaning up house. Flux Esports still in this.
Yep, and SRG make the smart choice. Just we've already got 1 inhibitor. This was the very first Lord. Let's just back off. There's no need to do anything about it. And that's a purple buff going over to Sakai's. And at this point, right, SRG, it's about denying economy from Flux Esports. Because if Flux Esports get to that late stage game, they're going to outscale SRG entirely.
Yep, and it's not enough that they're ahead. They have to put the opponents down. Because now you're looking at what? About 11K ahead? SRG? And they're taking away even the smallest of camps, man. Even this little rock boulder. It's like, right, you're mine. But they're taking their time with it too, look.
He's just
because they're freezing the waves.
Yeah, they're freezing the waves. And Innocent wants to hold the stacks just in case somebody decides, hey, I'm gonna be a little cheeky and face check this. Instantly gets hit by all the shots coming in from Innocent at full Art of Thievery stacks. It's not a fun time. We've seen him like 3-tap somebody earlier.
Yep, not while your items are like barely built up, right? Flux Esports currently only at 35K. You see the majority of them are about half built. So that's raw. That's what they call it. It's raw.
It's very raw indeed. Fleeting time as well as the Flask of the Oasis already out for Apex 47. Hopefully he gets some value over the fleeting time, because in terms of like trading back and forth, we're not seeing Flux Esports actually securing those kills. They get low, but not securing the kills.
And with that, I'm wondering if Flux Esports, by some way, somehow, man, survives after this Lord and keeps on going into the late game, will they eventually get secure? Will they eventually get the end and do something to SRG that's, you know, decidedly a good thing?
I suppose, but it's already starting to look like checkmate angle, right? They've hit the gate. They want to fight this. Do they want to fight this? I mean, they've already used the conceal.
They are going to try to rush out an angle from Fireflux, but yeah, no. Fireflux able to retreat and respect that engagement, especially from that weird angle, fast enough.
Yeah, I think that's totally fine. At least Flux Esports, they can play from high ground, and that's okay with them. Coming back to the main point here, I think that SRG at this stage, with the lead that they have, they hit the checkmate angle under 2 conditions. 10,000 gold lead and a broken inhibitor. Now that the second Luminous Lord is starting to walk by, right, essentially SRG can technically overwhelm the base and go straight for the crystal if these minions start to bleed in.
And they will bleed in. I think it's just a matter of time before even Rosa's ult will not be enough to clear out these waves. Cram and Yumes catches a few hits, and no, interestingly enough, I think we're approaching that fulcrum, that apex of Flux Esports' power spike, where maybe they do survive. Maybe it doesn't cost them too much to actually just clear the waves and force out an odd angle from Selangor Giants. In comes Cram and Yumes and Sigais and the Blazing Duet inside the base. Innocent takes down the turret. Alien put down a quarter of his health, so is Apex 47. The Heart Guard onto the marksman. They keep on going, clearing the waves. Flux Esports still alive.
Honestly, great stuff from Flux Esports. I knew that they had decent high ground defense, but better yet, if SRG tries to do some funky business, trying to get overly aggressive, starts to overextend their hand, that's when you see Flux snap back at them. That's why Sunshine is so very important, as well as Alien to kind of follow up upon each other while generating space for Tianzi and Rosa.
And it's not like anything changed. I mean, there's still a gaping 11K, 12K gold lead for SRG. Nobody died, and it's not like they got anything changed in their kit. But wait, here we go. A concealed play from Yumes, trying to spot out Alien, answers the final slash. The Heart Guard in the back line, the feathered airstrike from Rosa.
And now they're jumping backwards. The Heart Guard is going to keep Sakai's alive as they disengage from this fight. I mean, unless we're seeing something aggressive from TNZ, despite having to do, I don't think he wants to go further than this. Lord's coming up in 48, so better not to die.
Is this it? Is this that moment wherein after everything from Selangor Giants and Flux still standing, does Stormy just exist?
Yep.
All right. Now what, boss? Now what?
I mean, it's the wallflower time, right? You're just kind of there. Right? You're out healed. You're out healed by Apex 47, and at this point, Flux have stabilized. The only disadvantage that they have is the fact that they're missing 2 inhibitors, and they have to constantly deal with that. A timing of which SRG can take away the Lord, but they still struggle to close out these games.
Hey, as long as you maintain your wave management, the sins of the past should not haunt you in the present, okay? Because these fights, again, clearly Flux Esports is now playing with fire. They're now hitting a power spike where SRG have to respect them, and I guess the keyword here is sustain. They're able to out-sustain these initial engagements, and now look, they're thinking to contest. I didn't think we would see this, not so soon. I mean, 18 minutes is approaching the ultra late game, but this took a while.
It took a very long time, and that's why Yumes is just absorbing the damage while Innocent is maintaining his stacks.
Oh, the flicker onward, Earthshatter combo. Sunshine answers back. Blazing Duet onto Innocent after the Heart Guard, and they do take out Sunshine. Alien falls as well. The jump in from Cram, and that's about it. TNZ falls as well, and it's just Rosa standing left. The Queen shall soon see the base fall because SRG have set up a wave in mid and in top. What can Rosa do?
I mean, Rosa is going to have to try, right? Their airstrike should be coming back up at some point, but nah, it's over. That's it. That's too much momentum. GG, well played to SRG. And what an incredible stance from Flux. Despite the entire game getting beaten down, they managed to stabilize, and just one singular bad fight and an incredible engage coming in from Yumes just to put them out.
The invincible Titans of Malaysia are now at match point, and I think you're right. Yumes did the very perfect thing of taking them off of their footing. Like, for the first time, Flux Esports in this, almost 20-minute game, found their footing, and Yumes said, nuh-uh, there's a crack right there. Like that moment between Bruce Wayne and Ducard from Batman Begins 2003.
Ooh, that's a hot reference there. That's a hot reference. I was going to say maybe even a leg sweep, but that's way better to describe it. I think at this point, right, I think that SRG, it was a very small margin for them winning and losing, but I'll leave the analysts to break it down for you guys. Analysts, take it away.
What if you don't want to?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could just watch this silently.
No, let's bring it back to them.
But yeah, we got to talk about this game. We got to talk about how Selangor Giants, they were able to actually increase the tempo very, very fast early mid, but somehow Flux was able to slow it down. But again, Selangor Giants, they just feel like they have the advantage and bursting down the Lord very, very fast throughout this game.
Yeah, the Angela was a great pick, of course, for both the Ling and the Claude. We saw this in many of these skirmishes, many of these team fights. But, I got to agree with you guys and also the casters as well. The fact that Fireflux was able to defend for so long and still show that their defensive play can be really good was very impressive here. It's just SRG, once again, able to get the upper hand in a lot of these exchanges.
Great jump coming from Yums. This was actually the final nail of the coffin, right? Because you had to pop the Bloom very early, and you pick up this Florid to counter the Claude, because when you pop the Bloom, the Blazing Duet is essentially nothing. But during that last moment, when Yums was able to initiate, that prompted Apex 47 to pop the ultimate very earlier on. I mean, even when we know that it's a counter the Claude, it didn't work this time. And unfortunately, I would say, this game for Fireflux is the game that they got outdrafted in many ways.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like there are counters to what SRG was trying to do, like for example the Florid versus the Claude, or the Farsa versus the Angela in the mid lane. But overall, they were outdrafted here. I think the Lapu Lapu is such a great last pick coming out from SRG because it answered so many things. Ling Angela, the fact that they got both Ling and Angela in first phase, that also goes to show how good the trade was for SRG in this game.
I would say usually like we don't see the Angela do well or the Florin doesn't do well just because the opposing team is able to dive towards the support. And usually when you have Angela in your lineup, you're building a full composition that relies on the Angela, right? And in this game, he was untouched. Stormy was untouched.
Yes, and that's mainly because the dives that came from Fireflux were onto the side lanes, like when they tried to kill the Lapu Lapu, when they tried to kill the Claude, which failed horribly. I was wondering why TNZ decided to really overdive in the early stages. He went 0-3, and it was his mistake trying to take out the members of SRG early on, especially when the heart guard is up. I think it was the wrong decision to go for that. To be fair, Fireflux, they have great defense. Imagine if they hadn't faced the disasters of the early stages when they didn't overdive. Maybe this game could get totally different.
Honestly, like personally for me, I don't like it when carry-oriented mid laners are forced to use something like an Angela that supports your team. But honestly, with Selangor Giants having an amazing carry coming in from the jungle as well as the goal lane, makes it so that is actually a pretty good option. So even though Stormy is more of a mechanical kind of player, he doesn't have to be, right? He just supports his team.
I think a lot of people, whenever this question comes up, because we even asked it in the draft, Angela in the roam or in the mid? I still think most people would still say roam. They'd like to see it in the roam, but this time around, like you mentioned with Stormy, I think it's mostly also just the way that they're able to rely on Stormy playing that role if he has to on an Angela in comparison to what we've seen from him in the past. So either way, he's super effective, whichever approach he goes with.
At the same time, it's a Link plus Claude, so you don't need any more damage. You're already dealing the damage with your Ling as well as your... And then if you think about it, Edith as a roamer can also output the damage anyways. It provides the sustain that they need. It provides us front line. And you also have to take note of the Lapu Lapu. That Expilator hits hard, actually. Especially if you're always able to land your shots, which in this case, again with the Angela, another good vehicle for that hero in many stages of this game. So I think that this is really how you draft the Angela and the Ling. I think that it was a great understanding coming up from SRG, and despite having Claude that's greedy, they had a good fight.
Yeah, honestly, if you have a Lapu Lapu and your items are Hunter Strike as well as Malefic, you should be doing quite a lot of damage. But now we got to look at our Sony MVP, and it's going to be Skies, the jungler coming in from SRG. The Skies is talking, and I got to say, him on his Ling, how is it that he still gets the lead?
This is 3 for 3? Yeah, this is 3 for 3 now. 3 Lings. Wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't, if he ends up picking the end even for game 4.
And I think Fireflux are really just dancing with death right now. I still believe that the Florin Farsa is not the best closer for them. I would have preferred them go for something different. Maybe put this Ruby in the roam role, then get back to the Roger. I think that they needed some sort of damage from TNZ and carrying prowess from Sunshine. Both Sunshine and Apex 47 changed their playstyle come game number 3, which is not going to be the best when going up against a team like SRG.
Well, 14 KDA, 100% kill participation. He was full build at the end of the game. He even got a Sky Guardian helmet I believe it was after he died.
Got bursted.
He got bursted, so he sold his immortality. But either ways, we're going for our 4th match of this one. But for now, we're going over to a break. We'll see you guys then. Welcome back, everyone. And this is, again, the Jamil Motorsport match of the day. It is between Selangor Giants going up against Flux Esports, where the score right now is 2-1. 2 for Selangor Giants and 1 for Flux. My name is Safel. Alongside with me is Naisu as well as Wolf. What are we looking at game number 4 here? Do you guys feel like, just like in a previous matchup, it's going to be a 3-1, or are we looking at a 3-2 situation?
Man, I still... Okay, now that I've seen through the series up to this point, I think there's a possibility for a Game 5 to happen here. The only way this doesn't, and this ends up being SRG 3-1, is I think one, they get the Ling again, and somehow they just snowball out of it. Maybe the Angela again.
Yeah.
So there's got to be an answer there.
Yeah. I think I have to agree with Naisu. I think the only way it goes.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off there, but we have a content piece with Apex 47, so let's check it out.
Adım Furkan, nickname'im Apex47, 23 yaşındayım. Flux takımında dolaş rolünde oynuyorum. 2 yıldır profesyonel olarak oynuyorum. Aslında grup aşamasında ilk gün istediğimiz performans sergileyemedik. Biraz buraya alışamadık diyebiliriz çünkü zamanımız çok kısıtlıydı. 2-3 gün gibi bir zamanımız vardı. 2-3 günü yetiştiremedik. Ondan sonraki gün kendimizi toparlayıp daha iyi oynamaya başladık. Alışmaktan kastım aslında öbür takımların çoğu bootcamp yaparak geldi buraya. Çoğu takım Endonezya, Filipin'den geldi ama biz direkt Türkiye'den geldi. Herhangi bir bootcamp yapmadan geldik. Ya 2-3 günlük Asya'daki takımlarla oynayıp alışmaya çalıştık. Bize yeterli bir zaman olmadı bu. Ya biraz daha fazla zamanımız olsaydı ilk gün belki bizim için daha farklı olabilirdi. Bu sorunu nasıl aştık? Bu sorunu aslında güncelleme biraz bizim işimize yaradı. Bence EWC takımı güncelleme tam olarak alışamadı. Yeni gelen güncelleme biraz işimize yaradı. Disiplinli bir şekilde oynayarak EWC'yi yenmeyi başardık diyebilirim. Biraz güncelleme sayesinde de diyebilirim. Bence Endonezya takımları güncellemeye tam olarak alışamadı.
Ya aslında çok heyecan vesaire yapmıyoruz çünkü kaybedecek bir şeyimiz olmuyor. Öbür takımlar dediğim gibi çok gelişmiş yerlerden geliyorlar Mobile Legends konusunda. Biz Türkiye'de çok fazla pratik yapmadan geliyoruz, yapamıyoruz daha doğrusu. Orada yapabileceğimiz takımlar yok. Maçları kaybedecek bir şey olmama korkusuyla çıkıyoruz biz. Hani SRG rakibini çok tanıyoruz. Geldiğimiz günden beri de sık sık pratik atma vaktimiz oldu. Bana göre de SRG Malezya'nın bugüne kadar en iyi takımı. Onlara karşı bir alt planlarımız var. İyi hazırlandık. Yani yenebileceğimizi düşünüyorum SRG'yi. Bence en önemli faktör bizim takım 2 senedir hiç kadro değişmeden beraber oynuyoruz. Birbirimizi daha iyi tanıyoruz. SRG rakibi takımı öyle çok uzun zamandır beraber oynayan oyuncular değil. 1-0 öndeyiz o konuda.
First of all, thanks for the update.
Thank you for the update.
Thanks for the update.
Thanks for the update. It really helped out Fireflux here. I mean, like, you got to take the good and the bad. According to them, they couldn't have a lot of practice time, especially in Asia, but the update helped them a lot.
Imagine if they had the chance to actually bootcamp together and play together. How strong will Fireflux be? The fact that they are not practicing as much as the Asian teams, they didn't even get a chance to get to the Philippines for bootcamping, unlike other teams that actually went to Asia just to bootcamp. This team is phenomenal despite them not having the advantage. So I'm scared if Fireflux eventually, decides to bootcamp in Asia and get ready for an actual tournament.
I mean, again, next tournament, M6, who knows, right? Who knows? But we're now in the pick and ban phase. SRG is going to be first pick. Fireflux is going to be on the second pick. And yeah, I was going to say something as well about them not having the practice time.
Yeah.
Maybe with how good they're looking, perhaps Turkey is actually a pretty competitive region because without training, they're this good, right? Maybe their own region, like, don't talk down your own region. It might be an amazing region.
I think that's why part of really what stuck out with me from the video there was that they've stuck together for 2 years, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a lesson that teams around the world that might not even be in these developed regions for Mobile Legends can take note of. Stay together even if you don't have the ability to go and practice against everyone else, but learn to play together, get that synergy down, and that's what we see so far from Flux Esports against, again, a team who right now stands undefeated for 100 days.
I guess the argument there is that
Link Band by
individually the members of Fireflux are actually pretty good. Like I think that's if you stay together as a team and some of you are already struggling, maybe that's when you can break up. But this team, they're actually individually really good. So that's what really excites me about Fireflux. And eventually that is going to be the Ling ban. This is the draft configuration that SRG, I believe, will take the Luyi.
The thing is, Skies is amazing on the tank junglers as well. So I feel like even without the Ling, he's not forced on a pick like Hayabusa or Lancelot. They have options. They're banning out the Valentina this time, and I feel like, again, it's very good because you got to give respect to Rosa because the playmaking capabilities coming in from this mid laner is truly terrifying. They should ban out the Luyi here. If not, I'm guessing they're going to ban out the Roger, and then SRG would just pick up one or the other. Or you want to let both of them open and ban the Moskov.
Yeah, Angela's still open too.
I mean, without the Ling, though.
Without the Ling, but like I think it could still fit into some compositions. True. Especially if, for example, SRG's plan is maybe to pick the Claude again for Innocent here. Okay, whoa, Fanny. Okay.
I mean, again, like I said, it puts Skies on the map.
Yep. So this is definitely the configuration that you first pick the Luyi.
Yeah.
If you're SRG. Or maybe not. I think knowing that Fireflux is not a team that actually prioritizes that. So maybe they can get Harith or Roger first.
I feel like they want to pick up the Moskov for Fireflux.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Especially if Roger was the first. Actually, in both scenarios, Moskov looks good. So it should be in that.
I mean, they could go greedy and pick up Roger and Moskov, right? Forcing Innocent on the Harith. And then eventually picking out something like Aurora to fight back.
Yeah.
SRG is thinking hard about this one.
Yeah. As they should. But I believe, if I were to guess, this will be Harith. Harith or Roger. It's going to be Roger this time. Fireflux, they're not going to pick up the Luyi. So this could probably be Terizla Harith or Angela Terizla.
Oh.
Ooh.
So they want to go with Angela this time.
Okay, I love it. In this scenario, with no Valentina, no Faramis, you go Edith instead of the Terizla. Makes a lot of sense.
So now having the Angela as well as the Edith here, does it make a lot of sense just for Fireflux to just pick up their, say, a Fredrin early so that they can actually pick up the tempo? Because again, that's their playstyle. The Turkish Delight, right? Moving together as a team and then eventually pick up something. Actually, no. If they don't pick up the Moskov is definitely going to get banned.
Yeah. I think they're the third pick Moskov in this scenario. Or maybe just the Claude. Good combo with Angela as well, right? And so is the Claude. So this is what? Terizla and Arlet perhaps for SRG? Or Cho. Oh,
Nolan.
Immediate Nolan.
I mean,
Immediate Nolan.
I feel like we haven't seen Nolan in a while.
one of Sky's here, and yeah, like we talked about, the Moskov gets picked up here, and so the general game plan for SRG, this is what they do when they have the Nolan and give Innocent the Roger, is that mid trio distraction. Actually, I should say mid duo distraction. Nolan farm like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Innocent waits for 2 items. After 2 items, Yums, get yourself low. Get the enemy close to Innocent, and then Innocent is just gonna wipe them clean.
I think you ban Luyi now if you're Fireflux. Especially if you want to go utility jungler. The way I'm seeing Fireflux operates is that if they go Moskov, because it's very farm dependent, you pick up a utility jungler to go with it. Fredrin, for example, is going to be the case. Terizla is also another option if they do want to pick that up. But I'm thinking of a bold claim here. If there's isn't an additional crowd control that will come from SRG, this might be the last picked Leomord now for Fireflux, because it has Angela. So that's that's actually a combo. And Fireflux they have been known to pick that up, so could be an option here. That being said, though, I think you still ban the Fredrin if you're SRG.
Just cover that base.
Yeah, cover that base.
Again, because part of it too is
Alpha.
interesting alpha.
Yeah.
Part of it too for Fireflux, there's a Luyi, is also just kind of withstanding some of that burst with the Nolan.
That's right.
Even most likely Nolan will just go ahead and farm up majority of the time, and then like LaFell mentioned, then you let Innocent pop off on the Roger.
Yeah.
So going some utility might work Fredrin. Whereas like now I feel like Fredrin's kind of like, I don't know if a 50-50, but he's definitely not as tanky as before, but he still serves the purpose, especially with the lineup, especially with the fact that you have an Edith here for Fireflux. But I would actually like to see the Leomord.
Yeah, Leomord,
Make it a little exciting, you know?
That will be exciting. How about a Tigreal for Apex 47 or a Grok, actually? A Grok is probably the safest choice here. And then put the Edith.
Alice!
Okay, yeah, Alice Angel is also a combo.
Oh, I mean, like Apex 47 said, they've played against each other before the knockout stage, so they know the hidden strats.
Oh man, I want the Leomord or the Joy. That would be great, but don't pick the Joy.
Still open.
Yeah, Julian's great. Julian's great also.
Yep.
There it is.
Julian.
Yep. Don't don't be too creative. Just go for the solid plays. Like it a lot. It makes a lot of sense, actually.
You know what they say, right? Creativity kills the cat.
Creativity.
Yeah. There you go.
So cats are not creative.
They are.
They're just curious.
They do want to play the Kadita Johnson, right? SRG.
Oh,
do they?
That's a little too creative. I don't know about that one.
Okay.
I don't. I if they
It's
do,
an idea.
It's my turn.
If
Wolf?
they do,
No.
sure, but I don't know.
Matilda Barretts, though. Oh no, they need the mid lane for that. Kadita and Barretts, I think.
Vexana's still open. I mean, it's not great against Julian. Kagura?
Farsa's great versus the Moskov.
Oh, Aurora.
Aurora. And
Aurora
Tigreal. All right.
There's a lot of lockdown.
Yeah.
With the implosion, with a frigid glacier.
Yeah.
You have a Ruby. SRG is. This is a lot. This is a lot to cover here for Farfetch.
I mean, again, they need a very strong mid duo just to create chaos and give time for Skies to just out farm.
Yeah. Having said, you pick up a you probably pick up a very active XP laner like a Lapu or a, how about a Thams?
Now that I think about it, SRG's draft, this is the draft that they've been using in MPLMY to get 0 losses.
Yeah.
0 game losses. I'm not sure if they lost with this draft so far. So now Fireflux.
Okay, a CC maybe? For they put the Edith in the roam, get the CC.
Yuzong. I was
All
about.
right, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Well, for the casters, you guys have seen the draft. SRG, I kind of feel like they've gotten a very comfortable draft here, but Fireflux, picking up the Julian, Yuzong, Moskov, as well as this Angela, there's a lot of potential, and this is an S-tier draft coming in from both teams. And with that being said, Leo as well as Gideon, it's your turn.
It's a fire sale between both of these teams, taking some of the best heroes in the meta as we know it right now. But with Julian and the way that Fireflux have designed this composition, they could potentially bait SRG into unfavorable fights.
Especially how on fire TNZ was on the Amon. This is just a more in-your-face type of mage that can burst down SRG. Can they take it down the wire? Can we see this series go 2-2? This is the right match. You just came in at the right time to find out.
Well, let's get right into it as we load into the land of Dawn. Sparks are going to fly between both of these teams. It's going to be SRG on the blue side up against Flux Esports on the red side. They're going to have mirrored starts for both of these junglers. But keep in mind, right, the early game, a lot of it is on the shoulders of the roamers to try and create the space and to set up these big plays.
That's right, SRG, Yums, FF, Apex 47. Something to note, Apex 47, he's well built to actually run himself into Innocent and Sekais. So he's only really worried about Stormy because that's where he kind of just stops dead in the ice. All puns intended.
All puns intended, of course. Let's look at the emblems to see if there's anything interesting here. It looks like it's going to be common emblem into Master Assassin for both of the gold laners. So it's going to be pretty stale for them considering how they've been playing the game thus far. But really, we're looking at, as LaFell mentioned, the mid trios of both teams, right? They're going to be going back and forth. And I want to see how creative Flux Esports are going to be against SRG to maybe bait them into a full combo by TNZ, or maybe we could see the big setup from Apex 47.
More than creativity, I'm looking forward to SRG's execution. They have to be very succinct. They have to be very sick guys going in, trying to steal away that small camp, and they jump onto him. Again, execution, it has to be on point. All of these flickers is essentially what made me say, hey, they have to be very careful. But no, even their vision, how did they not see that?
They didn't spot out Apex 47 walking into the tri-brush of blue side. Immediately, they were making the call. And even Rosa flickering forward just to guarantee Puppet on a string to slow them down, to get the chain CC. No matter what, there was going to be a kill. But at this point, it just means that SRG aren't going to be contesting for this very first turtle.
And that was possibly worst case scenario, right? An assassin jungler gets drawn first blood on with relatively low stakes, and TNZ didn't even need to use Retribution. That means he can speed up his jungling rotation from elsewhere.
At this point of time, I would imagine if Fireflux wanted to contest for the purple buff, it is a possibility, but they need to take their time with this, right? They also understand that they need time to scale, and really the person who wants to push the agenda is Alien and Apex 47. Everybody else kind of has to wait for those two to really do something.
Talking about Alien, this is a classic Yu Zhong. He's been playing this hero ever since we were introduced to him back in M3.
Yeah, years actually. Years of gameplay from this guy. And now we look at the items and we see, honestly, not much of a difference here for the most part of it, right? The only person who got the kill was TNZ, and he wants to scale up fast. Wait.
Oh, look at this. An early Thunderbelt on Innocent. Like, I don't even need boots, man.
Doesn't need it. So that kind of explains why he doesn't proactively trade against Sunshine. But once again, another fight. Oh!
Nice! The implosion onto Yums, the Heartguard, the answer, trying to save TNZ, and he will walk away. Scot-free! Down goes the Kais. Yums, despite the amazing setup, does not have much follow-through. Fireflux still gets a kill on the way out. Sekais falls again.
Honestly, unfortunate for Sekais. Yums tried to set up the not today kid moment, but no. Great response. And not to forget the SOD coming in from Sunshine. The assist is always appreciated.
And because of that, it was a free rotation. He's able to just go back and pressure Innocent even more. Now Innocent showing a little bit of teeth, trying to stop Sunshine from pushing in, trying to take the waves as quickly. Wow, because of the rotations and because of the previous 2 kills on Sekais, Flux Esports now about 1,000 ahead.
And I mean, that's great, right? Being 1,000 ahead, but a majority of it is on this Julian. I would assume, and I would hope that it continues to snowball out of control for them, right? But that's under the assumption that it keeps going, all these interactions go in their favor. And until we see TNZ actually get that Holy Crystal, maybe even the Blood Wings, we don't know just yet, but we'll find out because that Black Dragon form from Alien.
That's an early ult coming in. Now he's in Dragonoid form. One more implosion from Humes. There's a lot of damage though, forcing out a passive pop from Stormy. Sekai stealing it from underneath. Flux Esports knows. And now Alien down at 5th of his health, healed up by Rose's Love Waves, but just the same, Selangor Red Giants able to breathe here, walking away with a major objective that they had no business taking.
Yeah, really no business taking, honestly. And even from maybe there is a lot of similarities between Gold and EXP laners. No boots coming in from Alien, just to rush down this War Axe. But now, as we start transitioning from early towards that mid game, you just notice that SRG, they're getting a little bit more proactive on their trades. The way that they're approaching these fights, trying to sneak as many objectives as they can. But more importantly, Innocent knows that he can win this matchup now.
Oh, Alien gets checked in for the Hearthguard. Cancelled there by Rosa. There's a turtle coming up in about a minute. I guess SRG now understand the tempo Flux is playing at. Like, nothing comes for free. Nothing comes as easy anymore compared to the first 5 minutes. Oh, the Flicker Implosion underneath Tier 1. Shoving them out through. The ult from Stormy. And now they shut down TNZ. Double kill for Innocent. Alien a little too late to save the show.
But at least he saves the Tier 1. What a combination! Yums just walks up, Flicker Implosion. Let's look at the replay one more time, because once we see the pushback from Yums straight into the Glacier, there's just nothing you can do.
It was a Euro step. Like, forward and to the side. Forward and to the side. That was amazing.
Look at that. Oveki even freaking out. Is like, yes, that was a huge combination. And Apex 47, to a certain degree, he's probably thinking, oh man, I might have let that happen.
I can't believe he got me like that.
Right?
In Turkish.
It went in Turkish. But man, let's look at the goal difference right now, and we're starting to see slight differentials here and there. Jungle, in terms of jungle gold, we see that TNZ is on top. But in every other lane, we see a slight lead in favor of SRG.
And that's slowly going to equalize. Slowly but surely you're going to see that, again, SRG now approaching a 2K gold lead. It won't matter that TNZ currently has a Holy Crystal. It won't matter that TNZ started with such a hot streak. Because eventually, if you shut down that Julian or you block him from what he needs to do, and you pop Alien early, you pop Rosa early, you pop Sunshine early, he'll be left alone. There's very little he can do by himself, especially from an honest angle when you see him coming.
For sure, for sure. That's why Yums is kind of like running at him, and running at the Julian. It's like, come on, try me one more time. Do something about it. Comes the Black Dragon form, though.
And that is Alien running himself into 3. Popping the ult, the Purify ahead here. Still on Sunshine, he's good. Alien gets taken down. I hate to say it, but I did. And because of that, Sunshine's not even thinking of the SODs. Like, that's a lost cause in mid.
The Frigid Breath is just, it's so good, right? It forces everybody to just back away. Wait, hold on. Cram? Hey, is
he trying to steal it? I'm offended. Pulling them in. TNZ gets the ult on him, looking to take advantage of all these low HP members of SRG. Double kill for Sunshine. And they're going to keep going. Apex 47 traded out already. Could have gotten even more, but again, beggars can't be choosers. Flux Esports was fighting for their buff, fighting for their lives inside their own jungle.
Let's look at the replay one more time here, because again, so very close. The combo was clean. The hand slice was so very good, chunking out every single member of SRG's side. They should have been able to walk away with more kills, but this Aurora is just stopping them, just gatekeeping them from getting more.
Yeah, and I understand how TNZ did not force the issue, because again, his team has already suffered a lot in the past 3 or 4 minutes, so he doesn't want to be another member that they have to worry about. And he's a core here. If I'm not mistaken, Rosa's now taking the backseat. It's now all about TNZ and Sunshine. They're the ones who need to fly.
Well, let's see, because now the Tier 1 turrets are starting to fall here. And tempo falling into the hands of SRG is a dangerous thing for both. If I learn anything from this game, tempo is so important for both of these teams.
Yeah, tempo and momentum. Especially can break it down. Apex 47, despite getting the ult in, gets popped by Sekais. Heart guard and ult on the alien, knocking him up. The tail whip, able to keep Innocent down, but not stop the implosion coming in from Humes. He gets popped by Rosa, just the same. Sunshine trying to protect himself from Cram in the front lines, though Alien still going, gets a double melt. Stormy down, and Cram, can he save himself? Can he get out of here? The answer is no, not around 3 members of Flux Esports, and this puts the Turkish in such a great position to just burst down the Lord.
And now the momentum falls back into the side of Flux Esports. They can recover so much off of this first Lord alone. The combination of Black Dragon form as well as the Heart Guard just being so devastating. And I think that Selangor Red Giants, they got to be real careful, right? Their battle spells is such a valuable resource. They cannot just keep forcing it. If they haven't learned anything from the previous games, Fireflux always bounces back.
All right, because of that shutdown on Innocent, suddenly the gold lead has swung back. There's about 2,000 ahead for Flux Esports. And what does that translate into on items? Well, number one, everyone is mostly ahead, right? Except for Sunshine and the Innocent. Like you said, Innocent started hot, but Sunshine not dying yet, and about, what is that, 30 seconds away from Purify? Fireflux can just time that well alongside this Lord to maybe even start knocking down Holy Shields.
Yep, I mean, that's why they're doing this slow push. SRG, of course, they're prioritizing the mid-tier ones, but I don't think they recognize that that Fireflux are just taking their time with this nice and slow. They don't really need these outer turrets. They just need SRG to be caught slacking.
Yep, and trapped inside their own base. Deny them the resources in their own jungle. Lord makes contact with that tier 2 in mid. Sekai's cutting the waves, proxying it down bottom, and that is tier 1 cut through. And the flicker onward, or shatter combo, forcing Cram to back out of there. Flickering backwards, Stormy in trouble, Alien gets him. That is a dangerous dragon moving through the back lines, popping that tier 2 up top, and with that, all that stands are these Holy Shields in that tier 2 and bot.
That's a lot of momentum generated by Flux Esports off of one singular Lord. But now, Sekais, he's on the run. And I think they made the smart choice by sending him over to split push to be able to just focus on 2 lanes. It's a 4v5 situation, and it's not much if Sekais was around. It's not like he can engage anyways.
Yeah, and he did what he did to save that tier 2 down bottom, which might be the last bastion for Innocent to try and get some farm. And now he's in trouble. Oh, wow! Despite his the shot got him on his way away.
The shot got him on his way down. I thought Alien for a moment had Warcry with how much damage that he was pulling out there. Look at the replay one more time, because I really beamed him down, right? You see him get hit by the onwards. The proc happens here, and it's already too late.
And the projectile for the shot didn't even really show because it was right on his tail. And now Cram is in trouble. Apex 47 taken out. Oh, the wrath of that turret. Holy Shield still standing. Keeps Selangor Red Giants base alive. Flux Esports out of there.
All right. So now the back and forth continues on between these two teams. 7-10, but SRG are pushed all the way into their inhibitor turrets. It can be a little dangerous. Wait, conceal play coming out here. Who are they looking for exactly? What is the call? As they make their way towards the bottom side, maybe they were looking to catch the Moscow, but they have no idea where he is.
I guess they were just willing to throw it out there because there was no other play in the near future. In the next 60 to 90 seconds, if they were willing to, you know, put it on the line and say, conceal into whatever we bump into, maybe that's what it was. They knew that Lord was going to come through.
And it's a bit of a coin flip, but I would have preferred if they just held on to the conceal for when they want to actually approach this Lord.
Yep.
Again,
Apex 47 face checking right there. The Heart Guard gets the onward, finds Cram, SOD on the Stormy. Sunshine repositions. Oh, that's the implosion from Zooms. And now they try to stay in. The tail whip coming through. The ult from Apex 47 spent up. That's a lot of resources, both for the offense and the defensive retreat.
Yeah, but I think that SRG lost a little more here.
Uh-oh. Cram, the I'm offended, forcing Sunshine to get that Purify out of there. And I'll agree with you. but I need to see some conversion. I want to know eventually where this lands with both of these teams.
Man, honestly, it's between Cram and Apex 47 who are just generating these plays, right? Like, Apex 47 is already difficult to kill, and he's almost on his way to an Athena's shield. Arguably could even go for the Radiant armor, and I think at that point, it's going to be really tough to play. But at the same time, right?
Oh, no. You talked about Apex. All right, he's still alive.
Heart guard as well? Oh!
Here we go. The front lines brought itself to your face. That's Alien versus 2 or 3 members. And all this while, it was just to keep Selangor Giants out of there. Sekai's looking for the angle, looking for the steal, the front line. Oh, Innocent takes out Rosa. TNZ secures the Lord. And now the fight continues. Sunshine's about to get clapped here. Down he goes. 3 for none. Fireflux get the Lord, but SRG walk away with 3.
How do these players keep track of what is going on? They were doing multiple things at the same time. Juggling for the potential Lord, having that team fight, trying to zone people at the same time while having a completely different agenda halfway across the map.
Cooking some eggs, why not?
Yeah.
This Lord spawning is not going to help much. They are going to take this inhibitor, and they are going to melt it down. There's a huge wave up top. Add to that long list is managing the waves to ensure that there's permanent damage dealt to Fireflux Esports base.
I think they gotta call it quits here, right? They can't keep on doing this. That bot side is going to start crashing soon, and here comes the Black Dragon phone as well.
Apex 47 keeping a tab on a Cram. The SOD hits, the knock up the tail, the hard guard. They keep going. Stormy goes down. Cram gets a few hits on him. Oh, Fireflux Esports, the backline is a little too slow. Yum gets the implosion in, makes it last a little longer. TNZ takes down Cram, 2 for none. 3 for none, Alien takes down Yums. Innocent running from Alien. Innocent running from Alien. Another heart guard coming through. Can he get him with the love waves? Can he get him with the puppet on the strings? Sekai's on another part of the map completely. Innocent jumping through, but Rosa gets the puppet on the strings, and down goes Innocent, but only for a second longer lasting. Kenzie secures the kill. 4 for none.
I think it's 5 because they bought so much time that Stormy is back up. Yum's in 8, Crab in 5.
All right, Stormy in the back line here, forced out of there, cannot defend against this push. Bottom lane penetrated by Fireflux Esports.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I would have loved to see this for a grand finals match because this is high octane action here as both teams refusing to give up. I think that SRG earlier probably should have made the call to just give it up. Give it up. Top wave was already about to be cleared. There was a huge Lord and Power wave down on bot side at the same time. They should have known that the death timers are coming up and they're going to get chased down. But right now, Alien as well as Apex 47 making one hell of an argument for MVP of this game.
That's what makes this series and every game in it so far so entertaining. Oh, wait. Get the winner crown on here, plus the heart guard. Put in TNZ. Oh, very close to death. Still alive, though. Gets popped in here. Innocent with the shutdown. So much spent just to keep him alive, only for him to die.
All right, there comes the reset once more.
Apex with the flicker in, no one home. All right, Fireflux Esports says, okay, not good. We got to regroup.
Yeah, I mean, the worst part in these types of very close series is losing your cool. You got to have a very calm demeanor, especially when multiple things are happening at the same time.
Keep it together, keep it together, keep it together.
Keep it together, man. And I think that Fireflux right now, especially for Apex 47, he realizes the weight that he is holding, creating these plays, creating the space.
Yep, he's a one-man initiation machine, and now that he's about a minute and a half away from his flicker, everything comes honest, everything comes right at your face, and he walks in that bush, forces a response. Sekai secures the Lord. Alien going hunting alongside Rosa. They do find the backline, forcing an implosion on the Yums. No one home. I mean, they're happy with that. No one died. The Lord spawns through mid. I mean, at least you know the solution. You know what you got to deal with. Defend first, and then start from neutral.
Absolutely. And I think that SRG, at the very least, they had a wave pushing from that mid lane, something that Fireflux Esports was caught, well, unfortunately, slacking here as soon as they heard that the Lord was getting blitzed down. But here we go. This could be the beginning of the end here for both of these teams.
All right, massive wave in mid. Another one up top. Stormy flickering on forward, popping the ult, and they're all set in place. Sunshine working on the Lord, SRG on the rest of Fireflux Esports, and Fireflux sends them out. Sekai is with an immortality at about a tenth of his health. Yum's taken down by Sunshine. Stormy in trouble. Proccing that passive, gets hit by the tail whip on the back end. 360 dragon move by Alien, and now Cram gets hit by the puppet on the string. Not stop and taken down. Alien on a double kill.
And now they've got a wave down mid as well as bottom side as well. Sakai's wheel secure is purple buff, but at this point of time, Fireflux may have an angle to end this game, and you can see them rushing for at least an inhibitor.
It's almost unnecessary, but that's all he could have done to at least stand a chance in defending. Flux Esports pushing through mid, pushing through top, and there's only two of them here. Mid lane gonna go down, pushing forward. Oh, I can't find the words because we're about to go to game 5. Sakai's taken down. There's a wave. Yoon's looking to push it out of here, but it's not going to happen. 2-2. The Turkish take us to 2-2. We're going to game 5.
It's a full match point here between both of these regions. You can see the relief coming out from Fireflux as well. Both of these teams fighting tooth and nail for every single moment. What an absolute banger of a game.
103. 103. Does it end at 103 or do we go at 104? We'll find out in the next game.
Oh my goodness, all of that because Stormy flickered forward and didn't hit his abilities. One simple mistake. With that being said, we'll throw it over to our analyst. Break it down for us.
You know what, Gideon, we'll give this one to you. This is, so far in MSC, so far, definitely the best match.
I agree.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
For 4 games now, and we're going to a 5th one. Guys, like, what do we talk about this one?
Well, we've seen Flicker Implosion into Frigid Glacier, and then countered by Display afterwards. Wonderful usage of the enhanced range, and Rosa was so much on point with activating the hard guard, getting out of the hard guard, flickering in, going in for the ropes, for the... I mean, the skill level of Rosa on this Angela is phenomenal. But my personal MVP, Alien, my guy, I don't know how he's able to land all of these spells and how he's able to make an impact, but without him, this would be totally SRG's game.
Dude, Angela is mad annoying, man.
Yes.
like teams have not been able to use it to success, but give it to someone like Stormy, give it someone to like Rosa. Oh, they S-tier heroes.
And speaking of Stormy, like Gideon said, I was like, no.
Yeah.
Same thing. I saw that later on once we get towards the end of the game here, where, you know, Stormy goes in Flicker and is just off by a little bit with that Frigid Glacier and misses that. But this overall was just a great kind of back and forth between both these teams. And, you know, it's amazing because now that we have this and we're going through this best of 5, you're down to 1 game where you have to just leave everything on the line for it.
It's crazy because even our caster said it's going to be the beginning of the end for either of the teams. And at that moment, just like, it doesn't even look like that big of a mistake, but it was game ending.
Yeah.
Right? 3 people got knocked out, only Living Innocent as well as Skies. Whew, but going back to the game, we got to talk about the initial part. And Alien is actually the highest damage in this game, which rarely do we see coming in from the EXP.
Yuzhong. I mean,
Yuzhong, man.
Usually you're utility based, like you're a role player if you're playing Yuzhong, but Alien was more than just a role player. It's actually the great equalizer. I think he dealt the most damage in this game. Imagine coming from Yuzhong. He's super on point with his skill 1. Actually, all of his spells, like the Dragon Tail, the way that he uses it, the knockups,
the Furious Dive,
Furious Drive as well, and then the way that he handled the upgraded versions of those spells when you are in Dragonite form, like hitting 3 members with his Dragon Tail, right? Three of his opponents. I think Alien was so on point in this game.
Dude, honestly, like, what a series right now. Fireflux going up against Selangor Giants, and Fireflux is 1 game away from being the first win against Selangor Giants after 103 days.
Yeah, that's
right.
The
thing is, if I'm Selangor Giants, if I would lose any time, this is not one of those times that I want to lose.
That, like, if Fireflux pulls this off, then that's already a big achievement on giving the first loss to SRG. And
Trading is overrated.
Huh?
Training is overrated. You don't
Training is always.
Talk about training.
You don't need it. Just thank the update.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Yeah, thank the update. But they did mention that they scrimmed a lot, you know, when their preparation up to this, and that they had a couple things planned.
Yeah.
And it shows, you know, as the games go on.
And most importantly, discipline. I think I will really have to agree with what was it, Alien, right? That we was able to, or was it
Apex.
It was Apex 47. He said that the main driver for them is their discipline, and which we saw even in the games that they've lost. Even in game number 1, you saw how disciplined they were. Even in game number 3, where they had a really bad draft for defending, but they managed to still defend. I think that's one thing that Fireflux have developed, maybe because they have been playing so
For 2 years.
for 2 years. I wonder who's the leader here that's keeping them disciplined, or are they just really just determined kids that wanted to really prove themselves in the international stage, you know?
Well, for now, we got to look at our Sony MVP. And it's going over to Alien with the Yuzong. Again, the highest damage dealt in the game. And yeah, I got to agree. The Angela going inside of the Yuzong makes the engagements so that you can 1v3, you can 1v4. Even if you die, you're going to take someone with you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Yuzhong already, just by himself, is already that threat, you know, to the opposing team. You pair it with an Angela, and it gets even worse. And even some of the kills like this, he gets it with a Shaw Essence, right? Like, that alone is a big kind of cherry on top of already what Alien was able to do throughout the entirety of this game.
I don't know, man. At this point, maybe Angela has to go back to the ban section.
Yeah, I think so.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
6 KDA, 63% kill participation, but again, the most important number is damage. He dealt a lot of damage.
Last pick, Yuzong, which we did, it did come up. So what are the possible picks afterwards? They put the Apex 47 is Edith. Obviously, the composition that we saw coming out from SRG are dependent on getting in and out of the fights with this Nolan plus the Roger, and you have Stormy, which interestingly, I think they kept really good tabs on the passive coming out from the Aurora, wherein when they do commit to the Aurora, there's no more passive.
Yeah.
Able to really punish Stormy afterwards.
I gotta say, like, looking at that game, I'm still figuring out what really happened. So if you can break it down with Bob, that'd be great.
Yeah, there are so many things that happened in that game, but this is the final clash, where it all matters.
Oh, man.
All right, so Lord crashing down mid, and we can see that it's actually important to see that Rosa was spotted already up top.
Yep.
So he is in the line of vision, and I don't know if Rosa actually intended this to happen, that he purposely showed himself out there. But yeah, Bob unfortunately didn't have any more power. But basically what happened here was that Rosa revealed himself to Innocent as well as Humes, which prompted Stormy to go and flicker in. And unfortunately, that was the case. In Alien, look at his positioning. He also doesn't have the ultimate yet up until this point, right? So they're very confident. And one thing that maybe people don't realize as much is you have to look at the time during these sieges, this last Lord push. So this is 1738. Yeah,
minion times.
Minion timing. And minions will appear around this time. Yep. It will...
44 seconds, sir.
44 seconds, it will move out. So that is very important because that actually allowed Fireflux to not mind the Lord anymore. Not mind the minions, because the thing is, if I can just walk here, if you just point here, there's a base out there, So what happens is, all of the 3 minion waves will attack the Lord because it's very close. So that's actually what will happen here. So they don't have to think about clearing the minion waves. They can go on to heroes now. That is what Fireflux can do. So not only did Stormy kind of, I don't think it's a blunder per se, but you know, it led to one thing led to another. But the fact that the minion waves saved Fireflux as well in this game, that also we also need to talk about that too.
This is very intense. Like, I can say I have a lot of my friends in Malaysia, they're texting me, they have their socks up their nose.
Yeah.
As in, like, from you just pull it up and then it's
Because they're worried.
Yeah,
At this point, they're worried.
Is that
very
what you do when
worried.
you're worried? Is
Like,
that what you do when you're worried?
Oh, you guys don't do that?
I guess we don't. Not in our part
I mean,
of the
we
world.
don't have socks.
Yeah.
Philippines.
We wear
Okay.
chanelas.
You know, that makes sense. But now, honestly, like, gotta get inside the head of the players here, and we have a video prepared with you, so let's check it out.
Hello semua, nama saya Yums daripada pasukan Selangor Red Giant, role Roma. Pada pendapat saya, sumbangan tu kita orang semua kasih sumbangan. Kita orang semua work hard and train hard together. Faktor kita orang undefeated selama 100 hari sebab kita orang semua train hard, work hard, no sleep, no gain, no pain. It's a good thing for us sebab kita orang ambil benda tu sebagai motivasi kita orang dan kita orang akan bekerja lagi keras untuk membuktikan yang kita orang boleh. It's a good thing for us that peminat SRG dan Malaysia mengharapkan kita orang menang dan kita orang akan bekerja lebih keras dan mengambil trofi lah. MC. Berbanding dengan tahun lepas, saya rasa inilah new era saya. Saya rasa confident sangat dan saya rasa saya boleh ambil trofi itu dengan teammate saya. Kami SRG prepare untuk semua orang. Kami tak kisah siapa yang kami dapat tiba. Coaching staff kami telah mempersiapkan kami untuk melawan semua orang. Kami SRG fear no one.
Well, you said their coaching staff prepared them to fight against anyone. I hope they prepared them from going into a best of 5, now becoming a best of 1.
Yeah.
Like, this is very intense. It's very stressful. I do not envy anyone in this position.
Yeah, the pressure is obviously there. And again, because of the fact that this is just a single elimination bracket, you know, this is it's down to the one game here. So I'm almost expecting when we get to the draft for it to be a little bit slower, a little more methodical, you know, and I think one of the big points is, again, this Angela pick. Is it just going to be banned out? Is the Ling going to come up again? You know, what's going to fall into place here for SRG or Flux Esports?
It's almost as if like the draft itself is like already a game in itself, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and I think the Angela is the game,
Dude, you know what? Here's
especially on Fireflux.
here's the thing. If Fireflux win, Sanji can see the future, man.
Yeah,
He said 3-2 Fireflux.
That's right.
He's already 50% correct.
Yeah.
50%.
He's 50% correct. If Fireflux win, he's 100%.
Yeah.
So if Sanji says they're going to be the champions, then you know what?
Sanji's right.
I guess he's right.
Sanji's right.
Sanji's right.
Can see the future. Is that what
I can
happens
see
if
the
you pick the
future.
Valentina 4 times in one series?
Valentina can see the future. Not more accurate, but at this point, why not?
Why not?
She has 2 dashes.
Yeah,
she
no.
has a lot of damage. She can steal your ult.
Maybe
Why not? She can see the
Yeah.
future.
All that she needs to do is to look for someone who can see the future and then copy. Right?
Nathan. Time traveler.
Yeah,
Time traveler. Yeah.
Technically, Valentina can see the future.
I like the Edith band. Thank you very much. This Edith, man, I gotta say,
What about the Angela, though?
They can first pick it.
ban the Angela though.
Okay, my guess is if the Valentina is banned 3rd by Fireflux, I'm sure that they will be picking up the Angela. So this puts in SRG in a tough spot. Although this is the only series where you don't actually ban the Luyi against Fireflux, or actually SRG. Seems like that is so far past 2 games, or yeah, I think 2 out of the 4 games that we've seen
Yeah.
in this series, they ignored Luyi.
They ignore the Louis. Yeah. Well, the fact that I guess, okay, that's good too. And they take out the Ling. So if the Angela isn't banned, I think one of the, like, Fireflux could also just take that again. But I think still we're going to see the teams prioritize even Roger, probably for SRG this time around, or
The only way I'm okay with them letting go of the Angela if they have a crazy pick like a Esmeralda.
oh.
I'm not that crazy, man. Esmeralda, it makes sense. Put him in the EXP, put her in the jungle, doesn't matter.
Jungle Esmeralda?
Jungle Esmeralda.
I'm okay with that.
What do you get as your first skill, though? In that
First
case?
skill?
And if you're a Jungle Esmeralda,
I guess the second skill?
the Stardust Dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Valentina
But
ban, Fanny ban. So now you're leaving the option Louis, Angela. Whew. I would say Angela. though.
Angela ban.
Angela.
SRG hero cry. Dude!
Especially because the Valentina is banned already.
No, Stormy's already getting tired. Lack of oxygen going to the brain. He's yawning.
Is that what it is?
Might need a rock star.
Honestly, you will yawn if you don't have enough oxygen going to your brain.
Wow.
Is that a fact?
That is a fact. You guys
What
can
if,
you guys can check it out.
You don't have enough brain to get the oxygen.
Same thing.
Same.
Oxygen is transported through blood. So either your body is not circulating the blood well enough, or your
See, you're
ability to inhale the oxygen is not good.
See?
Because of conditions of the weather, perhaps the temperature, stuff like that can make you yawn.
You're very intellectual.
Angela.
It's open, right?
Yeah,
What's that last
Moscow was the
band?
band. I do like the Moscow band. I think Sunshine. So far, the past 2 wins that Fireflux were able to get was because of Moscow.
Moscow, yeah.
Angela.
There's so much you can actually build. Like, you can build so many different kind of lineups for Fireflux Esports if they just pick up this Angela right now.
Yeah. I concur. Angela.
I'm worried that they pick up the Angela and then later pick the Boxia. Whew, that's gonna
Yep.
be a hard.
There it
Oh,
is.
there you go.
There it is.
Oh,
Okay.
Start raising the socks, LaFell.
my
socks.
my socks have risen.
Okay.
You guys
Okay,
asked
yeah,
me.
yeah.
What
Yeah.
else do you guys want me to say?
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's it. You go Harith Ruby.
Harith Ruby.
If you're SRG, I believe.
So they don't want the Raji. Roger.
They
Roger.
do want it, but at the same time, like Roger, in many ways, you don't want to be the Roger if there's an enemy Angela because of the heal.
Yeah.
So you don't want to constantly eliminate people. At the same time, you're almost like there's a lot of damage. So I'd rather pick up Harith in that regard, or maybe actually, yeah. Okay, so
Oh.
Roger Ruby. Okay,
Roger Ruby.
Fireflux can pick up Boxia Harif. How scary is that composition?
very scary. I do feel that if they want to pick up the box, that would be. Is Terizla banned?
Oh no, it's open.
It's open. So do you pick up? I think Terizla.
Let's go Yuzhong again
Ooh.
with the Angela. Same concept.
Oh yeah. No, I agree.
Same concept. Oh, that's
Imagine
right.
Baksha Yuzhong.
That is correct. So yeah, Baksha Yuzong. It's gonna be good. Or do you pick up the Claude now? So that they will make sure that Sunshine will have a great hero. Yeah, so Claude Yuzong perhaps for Fireflux.
Oh, Julian.
Oh.
Okay, that is
Julian Yuzong. I mean, again, both very.
Alright, Julian Yuzong.
So they're instantly showing they don't want a
Yuzong's
tanky
tall.
jungler.
See that?
Yuzong. Yeah.
He's tall.
Last time I stood next to him, I was like his waist height.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When you
So
were
it's
next
like
to
two
Yuzhong?
Naisus,
Yeah.
something like
Maybe
that.
about 2 buildings worth.
2 buildings worth. I believe you're stepping up the Terza if you are SRG. Don't reveal your Harith, Roger, already at this point. I think it's much better if you kind of flex it. Arlet is also still open. That could also be a hero for SRG. And then they could last pick their Esmeralda, perhaps,
I'm still thinking about the Esmeralda again. Like it's honestly a very
Harith.
risky pick. Very risky pick. They're picking up the Harif, so instantly showing where this Roger is, showing exactly where this Harif is going to be. The only thing that's still secret is this Ruby. Oh, I gotta say,
Man.
I'm glad I took my meds today.
Are you gonna
Hey,
get a little nervous?
SRG. I'm a big fan of SRG. I think they're very strong. I think they're a team that can pull off the Roger Harith. But my
But-
God, it's difficult to play
It's very difficult
versus
to play.
Fireflux.
Oh yeah, having the Yuzong,
man.
Angela, Julian. Dude, once the Julian has the Holy Crystal,
Oh,
The problem I see with it too is like we already saw this previously today is the Julian, man. Once that enhanced chains,
and
even on a disengage or an
Yeah.
engage,
Yeah.
is going to play a big part of the Angela Yuzhong
That's right.
combo.
oh man. So okay, so we're gonna be looking for your mid lane bans here for Fireflux. Faramis maybe is
oh yeah, Fermi is still open.
yeah, it's still open. Julian hates playing against that because your combo is just completely nullified. You can tank there afterwards. So that could be a hero. I wonder if Fireflux are also considering the Florian ban, because that's a good combo with Roger. Although is that something that Yums will actually play? Probably not, right?
I'm pretty sure in their thousands of days playing Mobile Legends, whether he likes it or not, I'm pretty sure he's practiced it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So now the Firemis has been banned out, so good call on the Firemis ban. SRG, are they interested to ban another goal laner here? Have something like a Beatrix carry?
Yeah, because that's Sunshine special.
Oh yeah, true.
I don't mean it's not a great hero versus both Harith and Roger. It's actually pretty bad. But at the same time, you have your all-star trigger, which you saw Fireflux in game number 1. Even if they lost, Sunshine played well, so that could be a point of consideration.
One thing that I have to remind people: whoever loses this one, you have to give over your key.
Oh.
And that's gonna get crushed, and I don't know if I'm ready to see that.
I already saw
I'm just saying.
I already saw the clips of Carl TZ crushing Falcon Esports earlier, and yeah, that's pretty intense.
That's intense for sure. Secret ban, pretty good ban.
Perhaps maybe. Oh, Louis. Oh, wow.
Last ban, Louis.
Forgot about that. Okay. So I think you pick up Minotaur maybe for SRG.
Does SRG want the Aurora again?
Oh, right. You're right. Yeah, that's although, all things considered, it was used in the last game.
It was good. Honestly, it was good. It was just that last play in the base.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like it really, served the purpose. It locked down so many initiations.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen Stormy play this hero. Whoa. I haven't seen anyone play this hero for a while.
Great versus assassins in general.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not actually great, but it's among all of the mage
playable.
Yeah, the mage for choices, that would be good. So this also eliminates the potential for the carry altogether. Maybe just the Beatrix stuff for Fireflux, for Sunshine.
I gotta say, with this Lilia pick, SRG is really searching their hero pool here.
Really?
Grok carry.
Grok is great.
Grok is great. The carry, I'm wondering, playing into the Zombie Force.
I mean, again, this is like the last game of here. If you play this correct, I mean, like, if you play the carry very well, okay, yeah, give it to him. But it's difficult.
I wonder if they want to pick up the Kaja for SRG.
If you're going up against the Grok, I think Minotaur probably is the choice here for SRG. So yeah, well,
wait, what about the Cho? We haven't seen a Cho for a while.
For Yums. Right?
Yeah.
Unless they want to pick up unless they want to pick up Lapu-Lapu or Benedetta, which is actually Benedetta's great for SRG.
Just find someone that can go on to Angela, like
Masha.
Oh yeah, Masha. Masha's a good call, but I don't know if they'll use that one.
Oh,
a Florin.
This is a...
Okay, I predicted it. I don't believe that Yums is, if Yums plays it, I don't know. I mean, it's easy. It's just not a Yums special, I would say, but maybe they believe in it.
You know what, casters? I gotta ask you guys. What do you believe in, right? So that's the question of the day. We're gonna throw it over to you guys for the final match of the knockout stage for today. Take it away.
I don't know about you guys, but after watching this and the entirety of this series, it really makes you have some introspection in your life. Start praying to gods that you don't believe him anymore, because really, times are changing as we go into match point here for this best of 5 between two honest to God teams. Flux Esports up against Selangor Red Giants. Let's just get into it, because one team is playing way slower than the other.
Neither of us expected that SRG would revert to this, right? Now that we're down to a best of 1, there's a little voice in me, an optimistic little, 10-year-old Leo saying, hey, maybe this is the tempo break that SRG needs to, reset and get the better of Flux Esports. But Flux Esports, the way that they play, it's a good mix of aggression, a good mix of just leaning hard into your advantages, and just striking when your opponent doesn't expect it. So I don't know if passive is the right way to force a Game 5 win.
I don't know. I totally agree with you in that aspect as well. I feel like both of these teams play very similarly to each other. Huge playmaking capabilities, but at the same time, highly chemistry-based and adaptive on the fly. But if we're breaking down these compositions, it's all about maintaining control over this game, right? Fireflux, I think for the next 6 minutes, technically should have an advantage over these neutral objectives, and we're only just waiting to see whether or not Yums is able to peel, not only peel, but keep them alive for the rest of the match. No, this can't be first blood, right?
Sakai's leading hard into that, putting Apex down to a third of his health. Nah, not gonna happen. Nothing committed, nothing lost. Something to note, though, that is a Grok with an impure rage.
Oh.
Been a while since I saw that. Maybe never.
Kind of wild, I'm not going to lie, but it looks like they're trying to bait this out, and well, Alien, he ain't falling for it. Great game sense coming in from him, but at the same time, 10 more seconds until we do see the very first turtle spawn.
Yep, they're denying Alien the stacks on his EXP. So that's gonna be first blood drawn. Sakai's means business.
Wow! Utilizing that tempo, and all of this because chunked out Apex 47. I don't know. This is starting to look kind of interesting here. We'll see how this plays out. They could still go for a turtle steal here with the Julia, but nah, they're getting zoned out.
Oh yeah, they give Apex 47 a little more to think about, while Sakai's just cleanly secures that turtle, keeping his retribution up too, so he can go ahead and use that to steal something away from TNZ.
Well, in the meantime, right, we're seeing that Selangor Red Giants are utilizing like the small bit of momentum just to stay on top of Fireflux Esports, constantly making that first move, constantly forcing Fireflux to respond to them accordingly to man-to-man defense.
Yeah, who's passive now? They're saying.
Yeah.
In Malay.
In Malay. But it's surprising to see, right? At the end of it all, I do think that the most important matchup here at this point of time is to make sure that Sunshine is able to get to the later stages of the game, right? It's not the most favorable against the Harith, but at the same time, if they get left on an island, I think it's totally fine for Sunshine too, right? Just wait for the waves to come to you.
If anything, that's what Sunshine wants. While the rest of Fireflux Esports fights. Here we go. Alien taking that small fence brush and then going for the Black Dragon form. The pull, I am offended by Cram. I think Fireflux Esports knows now that they can't fight Selangor Red Giants. Not with the way that they've clumped up, not like this.
Yeah, and more importantly, once they see TNZ use a majority of his abilities, all three of his abilities, as a matter of fact, that's when SRG has a short window to punish. And at the very least, they got the wild charge out, but there's nothing really to fight for at this point in time.
Oh, wow, look at this. Sakai is going to steal away even the small camps from TNZ. And that's going to lead to this lead growing even bigger. Look at this now, 1,000 and change. And now look, they're cornering Apex 47 and Sunshine. Am I correct though, that they're just cornering Apex? Like they just want to take Apex down. Zaman Force committed already. Yums here, popping the blooms.
Oh, they gotta get out.
Look at this, Yenzi coming in from the angle. Apex still alive, the knockup. Stormy taken out. Didn't even get to use his black shoes or his Purify.
He wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready for the counter engage coming in from TNZ's side. As soon as I saw him walking up, and especially considering that Yums was getting chunked out pretty heavily, just look at this, right? As soon as Stormy gets knocked up, instantly gets taken out. So, well done once again. Got to be very careful here. Stormy, he didn't use any of his resources. He still had black shoes. He still had Purify.
So that means this next turtle could be still 50-50. Better shape now Fireflux Esports is than they were in the first one. As TNZ goes contemplating, maybe I should get the orange first and then make a beeline. You see here, about a minute early, Sunshine goes for the switch up, goes for that lane swap down bottom. Apex 47 pushed out of that fence bush, and Sakai's working on the turtle, I think that's it. They made their piece. Not going to go for it. Wild charge on the Apex 47, plus the flicker just to save himself.
But while all of this is happening, down on the bot side, full gold plating falls into the hands of Sunshine at this point in time. And I think that SRG, they don't mind this. Wait.
Uh-oh. Here comes Alien coming in. Full combo spin with a Petrify. No one home. Gets Yums. Alien draws blood. And they continue. There's the jump. The Lycan pounds. Securing that little wanderer is Fireflux Esports on the retreat. What happened there? How did he find Yums?
Yeah, he wasn't even like the main target. I think he just died as collateral damage, to be perfectly fair. I wasn't expecting that to be the kill, but hey, it works out for Fireflux Esports' favor. Now at least they're struggling for this tempo, this consistent back and forth, and not to mention that Sunshine is getting accelerated too. In the meantime, TNZ does find his Holy Crystal, and that's a very important buy because now he is a legitimate threat.
Oh, wow. not just that, after that push, oh no, Sunshine's in trouble. Diamond Force dropped in here. Oh, Innocent popped in. The rest of SRG did not lean hard into that engage. I was just about to say, Sunshine's back. He pushed down bottom, and now I'm back.
And now he's back, and now they're going to take top tier 1. This goes badly.
Stormy goes in with the black shoes, but ends up on the wrong side of the wall still. But he will keep his life. Every man matters for Selangor Giants right now, especially since Flux Esports feel their aggression coming online. Stormy still alive. There's the knockup. Where's the damage? Rose secures another Black Dragon form by Alien. Cordoning off 3. Gonna land on the other side of this wall, keeping himself and the rest of his team up.
Somebody's earning gold. Oh, they're just buying time. Interesting. So, guys, it has been power farming this entire time. He's trying to keep up with TNZ, but more importantly, he now has an EXP lead on him currently because TNZ has been caught up in so many of these engagements. That's what I was wondering. There was no reason for Innocent to dive so deep underneath the tier 1, and there was no reason for Stormy to actually respond other than to clear the wave.
Yep, and they did so that, again, Sekais can keep going, right? And that's why, even if they did lose that engagement up top, they make a beeline straight for this turtle, still uncontested. 100% of these neutral objectives going over to Selangor Red Giants, but it's the same play. This is deja vu, but Ujaved, because it's backwards. Up top, Sunshine gets another push.
He's doing, Sunshine is just accelerating so fast. Already has the golden staff as well with the corrosion scythe. He's one item off from his Trinity build. And again, I do think that Innocent, he's coming to a point. Oh, wait.
Uh-oh. Heart guard checked in. Innocent crossing the threshold here, dropping that Zaman Force. All right, he's coloring in the lines. You see how he drew that river bush with the Zaman Force?
Fireflux are just ridiculous at kiting, man. It's a hive mind that you're playing against.
Yep, and this is a lineup, this is a roster without a Purify. So they're playing off of instinct. They're just going straight mechanics. And now the Black Dragon form plus the Heart Guard. Who are they going to find? The Wild Charge on the 1! Stormy pops the black shoes, still has a Purify. Down goes Sunshine. Here's a late entry by TNZ.
Oh.
Down goes Alien. Can TNZ get it? The enhanced everything. Not enough to quell Selangor Red Giants. They get 3 for none.
Man, this is kind of crazy because now it's coming down to who presses their buttons first.
And better.
And better. I mean, it's 4-4. The score, the goal lead, there's barely any for SRG side. They need to convert this through structures, and they find one, bot tier 1, and even Apex 47 trying to delay the potential inevitable here in mid tier 1.
Uh-oh. TNZ gonna have to face the wrath of Innocent, and he goes down. Zaman Force underneath tier 1. Up top, that's Cram just working on that top lane tier 1 as well. Selangor Giants, even with small gains, they're playing a game of inches. They're really just making moves on the map.
Yeah, this is such a different playstyle. I mean, I've seen this before during the regular season, and they're just going to be killer AIs at this point, right? I mean, they're funneling a good amount of money into Sekais, and eventually it's going to be handed over to Innocent as well. Keep in mind that since Florin is in play, Do is also in play, so he has extra punch for his auto attacks.
And that's what makes these all-in engages from Flux Esports a coin flip at best. Wild Charge spent in by Apex, answered by a Zaman Force. Now the Lord has spawned. Here comes Alien. There is no Heart Guard. Oh, here it is, spent in, plus the full-on combo, down goes Humes! And they're still going. 2v2, make that a 4v2 as Cram enters the bush. Stormy still has his ult here.
Oh!
Can press it. Cram barely alive. And Innocent forced to back out. Flux Esports, they really didn't get much out of that except for Humes, but they have to respect the fact that Selangor Giants can still engage the conceal from Apex.
So guys should be able to get on out of there. But once again, they're going to start, like, SRG are going to walk back in once they get their ult back up just to take ground.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's going to be enough because battle spells are a bit... Oh my goodness.
Alien popped. It's the same sequence that took down another from Fireflux underneath, and they're gonna keep going. Is that a stolen buff? Yes, Innocent takes it.
How annoying. How very annoying. But at the same time, it's still only just a 2K lead. It's not like we're seeing large amounts of gold being injected into the economy of SRG or even for Fireflux, right? Again, as you mentioned before, it's a battle of inches between the two.
Uh-oh. TNZ checking in on the Lord. Sees that it's a non-starter. And now Selangor Giants go from kill to kill, objective to objective. Innocent a one-man doorstop. Flux Esports cannot cross mid lane anymore.
And that's going to be the first Lord, and that's going to be knocking on the doors of Flux in just a little bit. Innocent with the Holy Crystal, he is so dangerous to be around. And I think that, unfortunately, the biggest problem I'm seeing from Flux Esports is that Apex 47, he keeps on losing his wild charge before the important fight. And SRG are forcefully attacking him.
Uh-oh, DNZ gets a taste of Innocent's blade. And that is going to be DNZ retreating.
Oh my goodness,
Alien in the back line. Even before he can draw a line, he gets taken out. That is a one-off. The folks in the Amazon Arena know what's up. They feel it. The end might be nigh. That's a push in mid. Tier 2 goes. Holy Shields popped in mid and bottom. Lord still taking that slow push up top, taking his time. And that's going to be the penetration.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wait a second. I mean, Flux Esports are just giving this away. They don't exactly have the greatest wave clear in the world, and SRG are taking full advantage of this.
If anything, they have pretty bad wave clear. Abysmal at that, because they have to full-on commit. They're better at team fighting than they are at managing waves, and now all three lanes are crashing into their base. Selangor Red Giants can smell it, and there's Crab with the ammo offended. Down goes TNZ. Oh, the Salmon forces double kill for guys, and that's it. Apex 47, the only one left. Another wave. SRG continue their streak. 103 and counting.
This has been a marathon series of beautiful showing of Mobile Legends in the current meta, and SRG have done it. That's GG, well played for our Malaysian representatives, but that doesn't take away anything from this Turkish squad. They are the ones you need to keep your eyes on. They are the ones that you need to keep your eyes for M6.
I'm at a loss for words as to how close this was. And I'm pretty sure a good chunk of SRG's fans thought that their streak was ending here and would have come at the hands of the Turkish representatives. But no, SRG moves on through the brackets. Thank you to Flux Esports. Always growing, always showing us something new through the years.
Every single time we see them hit the Land of Dawn, they continue to show us that you just can't count them out. What a beautiful series between both of these incredible players. Here they come, giving their fist bumps, of course, showing sportsmanship after what I have to say, one of the best series we've seen here at MSC.
I'll be honest with you, and I think I speak for both these teams. Both of them came in and expected close to what we got. That's about as good as it gets between these two world-class teams on this stage.
Yep, no tears gonna be drawn by both of these teams. They know that they put everything on the line, heart and soul. That's what we expect from our competitors. The top of the line, the creme de la creme.
You saw their journey in MPL MY. You were there for a majority of those 100+ days. I'm pretty sure even you, Gideon, had to think twice, like, oh no, could this be it?
I really thought it could have been it. I really thought that maybe we might see some weakness in SRG, but they got some heart here. And honestly, Flux, incredible opponents. It's bittersweet to see them go here, but congratulations once again to SRG. GG, well played. With that being said, we're going to throw it over to the stage interview with Dawood Sandstorm and Mara Aquino.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 grueling matches in this best of 5 of the knockout stage, Selangor Red Giants keep their hopes and dreams alive, and they keep their undefeated streak alive as they take down Flux Esports. And we are now joined by Coach Becky as he manages to claim victory. That was an incredible series, Mara. Becky, that was absolutely incredible.
Coach, congratulations. Sakais, congratulations. All of your fans are cheering for you right now. You've made it to the semifinals. How does it feel going through 101 days undefeated in a match?
First thing first, I'm really grateful that our supporters came all the way to Riyadh to support us. So round of applause to them. Thank you, guys.
It must be incredible, especially with the crowd, having the crowd on your side, I have to say.
Yeah, so we really miss being cheered every time we play something, because in MPL Malaysia, every time we make a play, there are drums, the environment usually very loud. So having them here really boost our morale a lot. Yeah.
I mean, definitely. I'm seeing like a little bit of your hand shaking as well. Like the jitters must be there, Mara. It's insane.
And what does it mean for you to go through all this way with your record unscathed? No one has been able to defeat you in about 4 months.